Yo, what's up, guys? Sorry, we're
Yo,
having
what's up,
double
y'all?
technical difficulties here.
Welcome to another week of High Ground. We are happy to be here, man. A lot has happened in this over the past week, whether it came to the new season. We have some record-breaking sales here. Man, it's just been a great week. How you been, bro?
I'm good. I've been playing this season. How do you like it? I
I
don't think
love it. I
this is the
love it.
first show since this new season, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I like it a lot. I'm actually
yeah,
having the most fun this season
yeah,
I've had in a while. I think it's the sniper.
yeah. The sniper being back, being able to actually full 250p somebody with the sniper, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Um, I feel the same way. I feel the same exact way that I felt for chapter 3, season 1 in excitement. And I wasn't expecting that. Like it feels the same exact way to me. Uh yeah, this is a great season.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I was excited at the release of it, and when it first came out, I was like, "This is kind of cool. It's kind of cool." But as I kept playing, I was like, "I really like this."
Yeah, the
What's up, Dill? What's up, Daniel? What's up, JT? Richard? What's going on?
and then
Hopefully Kari joins us. Kari sent us some cards.
oh yeah,
I'm gonna show them off.
I think Kyrie should be here. Let me put this. Actually didn't. Yeah, the but also the man, I was indifferent about the lever shotgun coming back
Mm-hmm.
at first because the last time it was out, I had the option of dropping it with the pump being in the game, right? Like at that
Was the
time,
pump in the game last time it was out?
not the pump auto. What's the other one?
Striker?
The striker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had that option. This time, I'm actually enjoying it a lot more than I originally did. I feel a little bit more comfortable with it. Uh,
What's up,
but yeah,
Smoked Out
man.
Turtle?
Yeah, man, the lever is cool. The SMGs, it is what it is. I don't really care. I don't use SMGs
I
too
like. I
much.
mean, I like the entire loadout except for there's no pump.
Yeah,
I'm getting used to the lever. It hits like 30, 40 sometimes,
it's rough
but it
sometimes.
but sometimes it's good, and then the prime is decent too.
Yeah.
Um. So besides that, I don't know when cards. Did you pick anything up?
No,
I
I
think
did
I
not.
did.
Did you?
No, I haven't been buying anything.
Yeah.
I went to. I've been watching some stuff. Another
Yeah.
comic sold for
Yes.
2,500 for the black and white sketch
Mm-hmm.
that I was watching. Um,
That's a constant. We have a grill yet. None of the comic book community is talking about it, but that's all good. That's why we're here. That's
yeah,
all good,
I don't
man.
know why we had to pump that video up. I mean, I don't know why the comic industry isn't paying attention.
Bro, that's what is that? 5 sales within a month and a half? Is that more than that? It's like
Well, I
because
mean, I
it
guess there's only because he did the private sale, the second offer.
right. Okay, yeah,
So
I
there's
guess we
only,
can.
I guess, technically only three.
So public and then private in totality is about between 5 and 8, you would say?
Yeah,
About 5 and 8.
5 to 8
Above,
around there.
yeah, above, let's just say, what was the lowest it sold for?
The lowest was like 1,700, I think.
17 plus, and nobody in the comic community is
No,
even
not that I
mentioning it.
know of. JT. Are you looking for that? I'm looking for the blue titled one too. Um, I haven't seen it. Black Ash is probably like 9. What's up,
Probably like
Bobby?
9. Yeah. Lowest was
Was it
1,500.
1,500? Thanks.
So
I knew it was.
lowest,
I knew it was close to there.
and mind y'all, all of these were raw. Correct?
Hmm.
Correct. Okay. All of these was raw, 1,500 plus. Uh,
Now, I don't know if
yeah,
it's somebody in this chat, but somebody got a 9.8 as CGC.
it is somebody in this chat, but I'm not gonna say who it is. If they,
Congratulations,
if
chat,
they, if they
for
want
the
to say it, they can say
for the
it.
9.8. I'm kind of jealous. I mean, I have a 9.6, but you lucky. I want one of the blue ones.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where if
I
y'all,
guess we should be showing the comic that we're talking about.
yeah, we definitely should show it. As a matter of fact,
We're talking about this comic here. Not signed though.
that is
Mine's a 9.6, and mine's
okay. JT said somebody did mention it. Lord of the Long Box, that's cool. I gotta go watch that one because I like seeing that. Um, I think, in my opinion, JT, anybody in the comic community, even if AKA Bog comes in, y'all can correct me on this. Even though Fortnite still gets a bad rep, I feel like the comic community will down the road will be more open before the full card community when it comes to Fortnite, just based off of they're not biased. They just want the story to be good. And then obviously You know, if the story's good, they'll open up to it. They may not put it in their favorites, but from my experience and seeing like, you know, it over time, that's what I've noticed. The comic book community is a little bit more of a softer fall than the card community.
Yo, what's up, Xanders? Thanks
Xander,
for
what's
making it.
up? Yo,
Oh
we
my gosh, that
appreciate it,
sucks.
man.
We
Dang.
should we should start doing some like alternating times. Like always do Fridays, but we should throw one in
Do
to the
it,
people
do
across
it,
the
do it
pond.
EU live.
Yeah, do it EU
Yeah, man, that
instead of just
sucks.
NA East over here.
Yeah, I appreciate you because 3 a.m. if that was me, man, and I was supporting, that would be rough for me. I wouldn't even lie to you, bro. So I appreciate it. We
We definitely
appreciate it.
appreciate the support. You
Yeah,
know.
man. This is
Um, look at some of these things. You sent me some stuff you wanted me
yeah,
to show.
yeah.
I'll show some
Uh
of these real quick.
hopefully I don't think I sent it in any order, so we could just run through them.
I'll let you. I haven't looked at them yet, so I'll let you.
So this is Dizzle. Y'all know who this is. He's in the Fortnite community. I think, in my personal opinion, obviously a couple of us is on Twitter, but he does the best for the Fortnite community and cards for Twitter. He just does. He usually does all the posts when the high sale happens. He does the numbers, and this is just his post right here. You know, Panini Fortnite cards growth on eBay leads all categories in sports, including Digimon, at 592%. Pop Report has gone 4 times this year for S1. Most top 10 legendary skins have reports in the single digits for PSA 10, and a sparkly banana sold for 10K yesterday. TED Talk, thanks. So Nick did the dirty work. He's been doing the dirty work on Twitter. But obviously, we're gonna talk about this Pilly sale. I don't even know how to approach it. I mean, 10K is amazing. The hobby is alive for us. A lot of the rest of the hobby has been down in general, but Pilly selling for that is a great sight, and I love seeing it. How about you?
I mean, we say the hobby's been down, but like, if you go and look at shards, it's like you still can't get them for that cheap. If
No,
you
the
look at
rest of the
poker,
hobby.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
sports and hobbies. Like, I know Fortnite's down, but like, really, it's not that down for
Hmm.
new card collecting.
Hmm.
Peely's like at 10,000 right now. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's I think it's a good buy.
Hmm. Yeah.
I do. I'm not a
That
big
was
Peely fan.
yeah.
I sold my Italy shard. I still think it's a good buy. It's just I'm not a fan, and I'm trying to keep my collection to stuff that I'm a fan of. I
Mhm.
like Peely. I like him. I want to see him in some comics, but I don't know. I just haven't been chasing him. Just like I'm not chasing the Black Knight. But
Yeah.
obviously, both of those are Grail cards.
Yeah. When it comes to Pilly, the simple fact is he's iconic. And he's definitely number two, undebatable. Now, I will say
You said who's number two?
Pilly. Now, I
Two
will
in the wait into the
in
cards.
series one. Now,
Okay.
I will say that me personally, I like Skull Trooper more, but it's undeniable what Pilly has done, and he's legit that iconic in game where I can see the potential continuously growing down the road. Obviously, the whole Fortnite market will, but Pilly's been doing numbers, and I think he definitely deserves that just with how iconic he is in the game.
Interesting enough. Now that you say that, I do think because I'm not a huge Skull Trooper fan, even though I have some Skull Trooper cards. I think I like Peely more than Skull Trooper.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I think what mindset is definitely nostalgia. Nostalgia is always blinding, and I can say that honestly,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
that's why it
I
was
mean,
the
he's
way it
still
was
a
when it
top
first.
notch card. Like he's like
Yeah,
almost Grail status, or is Grail status really?
yeah, like and I think that's the thing. So for me, when it comes to those cards, if you are doing your own research, if you don't play the game, like, because I always like to talk. Obviously, there's people that play the game. Obviously, it's people that watch Fortnite videos. But if you don't do any of those things and you're just starting, these are the type of things that happen. Like, for instance, I like to talk about Series 3 Guff. Guff is one of those lovable skins, and he's one of those ones that
I'm
I
a
don't
fan of
know.
Guff.
I haven't looked at his price in forever because I personally have one. So I don't really have to research it. I don't get too many of a card, but Guff is one of those ones that I think down the road he's just going to be marketed very well. I could see him as a stuffed animal, but
So you think long term,
it's,
once they get kind of like Pokemon, where they start having stuffed
yeah,
animals
yeah,
like that?
like
Yeah.
you can naturally see Guff in that way, and that's why
Um.
that's kind of the things I like to look at.
Yo, what's up, Kari? Smoked out turtle. We have him at number 3. So that checklist is about to be updated. I've been working behind the scenes to come up with not checklist, the skin tier list. It needs some updates. I don't remember what it's at right now. Actually, I should pull it up.
Um,
Because it's like over like 2 years now, and I've done a lot more research. Let's see.
yeah, I'm looking for a Guff. Yeah, Guff Laser is definitely one that should be on there, man. Jim, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Now
Kyrie?
when we put this when we put this list together, these aren't in like any specific order. Of course, we put Peely up here though. Um, like I'm not saying Aura's above Ghoul Trooper. You know what I'm saying? Like Ghoul Trooper could be up there. So this was just kind of like a general category, but we have some changes that we're going to be making, and we'll be explaining more about those changes once it goes live. So stay tuned because I want to integrate some Series 3 cards. I think Series 3 doesn't get enough credit for where it is.
Yeah.
So don't take that page as Bible and the positioning of like especially like the Grail cards. It's not like 1, 2, or 3
Yeah,
per
no,
se.
yeah, I that this is like especially when it comes to the tier list. Like y'all know, I've been doing top 10 videos, and these lists aren't easy, man. It's so much that goes into them, and it's I think that doing the dirty work for the community in the aspect of like trying to take the complete bias out and give a true list is definitely a feat that we will have at high ground, and I think it's going to be beneficial for the for the whole community.
Richard, it's funny that you said you're looking for a Guff laser because Kari was so nice to send me some cards I got yesterday in the mail just in time. Kari sent these cards for us to give away. And
Yeah.
funny enough, you said Guff laser. He sent us a Guff laser to give away.
Shout
So
out
y'all
to
can
Kyrie, man.
um I don't know if we're gonna do this giveaway today.
Yeah, probably
Maybe
not today.
next week. We did a big giveaway last week, so we're gonna
Mm.
hold these for next week. I still have to ship out everyone's giveaways, and I want to do that before the next one. Um, so we'll be waiting on that. But we have a few here. A lot of Optichrome, some Series Ones, Series 2 stuff.
Richard, it's like you spoken into his existence, bro.
Let's see.
For sure, Kyrie.
Already missed some. Oh, Kari wants you to give him some updates. I can go back through and see if we have any more updates here. On the game, it's Fortnite's 5th birthday. That just happened. So right now in the game, there's presents and stuff like that you can get into. So that's kind of cool.
Shout out to the first birthday back blings. If y'all got it, that was an error right there. The first birthday.
Let me open this up in a
Man,
new tab.
listen. The more people let us know they want it, it's in the works. But the more people let us know they want it, it's the faster it comes. Put it that way.
Yeah, we have a design that we're working
Yeah,
on. I
yeah,
mean, we have the design. I think it's finished, right?
yeah. And is merch wise is gonna be a lot more coming down the road for sure. Me and Dylan both have clothing and t-shirt brand background, so definitely look out for that.
So this is the Hulkbuster. So this is coming as a skin, correct?
Yep.
So this will be coming in the game. That's one of the updates.
I have something I want to say on this too.
All right, go for it.
So this is interesting to me. Dylan, remember how I don't know if I ever said it on here, but I was talking to you about it. The 7 is seeming a lot real Fantastic Forest to me. The reason why
Okay, I'm so
yeah,
glad you said this
yeah,
because this is
yeah,
completely different.
yeah. The
You
reason
go
why
ahead.
they
You go ahead.
yeah, the reason why I say Fantastic Forest to me because I don't know if y'all know, obviously comic book collectors know this, but Fantastic Four had people step in during times of when the main four had, you know, reasons to leave Mr. Fantastic, and all of it was a lot of reasons why people were added to the Fantastic Four and switched out. And that's what I feel the 7 is going to be. I feel like some people are going to come in, some people are going to help, and they're going to get their own suits, which is another thing I have on top of this. The reason why I think the scientist is actually more underrated than I even gave it, because he's making these suits, bro. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
making them. Like, so the scientist is one of those glue pieces. And yeah, man, it is a lot that comes to the 7, but I think we're gonna find out more about it in the comics down the road. But I do think they're gonna go in a different direction. In a way, not taking the 7 completely out of it, but I think another story is gonna be told in a different way soon.
Yeah. So I mean, the 7's out of it right now, so I think we're getting a break from that. I think
Mhm.
now that the 7th's gone, I think that gives like space for somebody like Midas to come back,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of what I'm hoping. Um, I don't want to give too much, so I went ahead and I looked at the leaks for the fifth comic.
Yeah.
So I looked at the leaks, and I don't want to give too much away. Um, I will say that if you've already read the comic
Mm-hmm.
so far up to date, you saw Doctor Doom, and he got those weapons. So here's a tiny spoiler: in the fifth comic, Doctor Doom just leaves.
Mm-hmm.
He dips out with the weapons, doesn't fight anybody, and that's it. And it got me thinking, why was this the very first Fortnite comic?
Mm-hmm.
And the mech and Doctor Doom were on it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know Donald Mustard. He thinks
Yeah.
years in advance. He always does this. So the fact that he do this and then Doctor Doom just disappears with these like legendary weapons,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think the future has a lot to do with Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Um, so I find that very interesting in this comic here.
Yeah. That's yeah. That and Donald Mustard was it's interesting you said that because Donald Mustard was really big on the Doctor Doom front. Like, and I mean, even Crystal's Gauge, where they said they wanted to give Doctor Doom that extra layer that the comic
Hmm.
books have given in the past, but they wanted to bring that to Fortnite. And I definitely think it's not the end of that
Yeah,
for
I mean,
sure.
he took all these weapons. We have to know what he's
Yeah.
doing with them.
Yeah.
Yes, the comics are still affordable for the most part.
Yeah.
For Zero Point, if you haven't read Zero Point, that's about like how the island works. You can buy this book for like 12 to 15 bucks.
Mhm. That would be
This
your
has
best bet.
this is for reading, so it has like every Zero Point comic in it.
Mhm.
The Foundation comic, you can find them for like anywhere from 5 to 10 bucks still,
Yeah.
unless you get a Donald Mustard one that's going to cost you around 20ish or more.
Yeah.
And then Zero War is still cheap because they're still coming out, so definitely affordable if you want to go and start reading them.
Yeah. The
Um,
Jim said he picked up
Skull
inverted
Trooper
skull trooper.
Ice.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah,
ice. I pulled that one. It looks dope. The inverted skull trooper.
I'm not a huge fan of the inverted because people don't wear them that much, but I do like Contract Giller.
Yeah.
Like I remember how many people were playing with him at the time.
Yeah.
Anything with fish sticks, I think fish sticks is hugely underrated.
Yeah. And I think skins like skull trooper, fish stick, which is a character now, those ones I like those in totality because they will always be collectible because they're probably going to find their way in most of the sets.
Hmm.
So continuously, like for instance, like getting inverted skull trooper now, if you're collecting skull trooper instead of from when the prices rise, is very smart because he's more than likely going to show up again. Another fish stick variant is going to end up showing again. So those are definitely two good ones.
Crew spec. What are you asking about the crew packs? Can you talk about the Hulkbuster? But
Oh yeah.
talking about crew pack skins, I think people are underestimating crew pack skins in the card market. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say on that.
Mhm.
Xander's visitor navigation. Oh, you talk about all the different pieces.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. The scientists, man, like, cause like, Visitor and the scientists kind of get that nod off because they're kind of more mellow. But obviously with the trailer that just dropped,
Hmm.
the scientist, Visitor, and the Origin were all chrome melted, let's call it that. So I'm interested to see what happens with that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the foundation is more. Well, y'all haven't read the comic, so I'm not going to go into it. Yeah, we definitely. Thanks, JT. We're definitely going to create a Discord.
Hmm.
Um, we have the shell of one. I still need to do a little bit more research on how to do that, on like how we want it set up. If you guys have any suggestions on what you would want from a Discord,
Hmm.
if you guys just want a place for everybody to chat, to talk collectibles, um, like news and stuff like that, if that's what you guys want, let us know. I'm down for creating one, but need a little bit more information on what would be useful to you guys in
Yeah.
terms of features.
Yeah. And that is what was next on that? It was something on that.
On the Hulkbuster? Oh,
No,
you
on
had
the
is that what you're talking
Yeah, on a list that I sent you. I can't remember what was on there. No.
about? You have another tweet here.
Yeah, click that
Uh,
one.
yeah.
Let me see. Yes, that one. So, don't know how true this is, but a couple major leak pages posted it as well. So take it with a grain of salt. But supposedly next spring or summer, possibly even fall, another Marvel Fortnite comic is gonna come out. That's interesting because me and Dylan's been talking about that. Okay, what's next? How far away are we going to be from another comic? Are they going to try to make this consistent? Um, so this is good news. This is good news, especially with not getting any news on Series 4 yet. It's good to get some news when it comes to collectibles like this. So interested in that.
And this looks like a rumor. I don't know who this is. But so take it as just that we found it. I don't know where you found it, so that's probably a
I found
rumor.
I found it right there, but that's why I said the leakers posted it as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, take it for a grain of salt, but at the same
But
time,
it's
yeah,
exciting to see that we
yeah.
know there's gonna be more. And this is just Marvel Fortnite.
Mhm.
We need to be specific about that. It's not just like because we want regular Fortnite comics, right?
Right.
And this is just Marvel, so
Mhm.
we could get even more after this. Who knows? It could be
Yeah.
before then. Um, in the latest Fortnite clip, we do see Paradigm's face for the first time. It's
Mhm.
kind of like they're breaking it out. So this is what I was talking about before. Like we finally got Elite Agent's face in game, and then we got one of the Bears' face. I forget the name, but
Cuddle
now we get
simulator.
Paradigm, which is a major one. So the more faces we can see, that's them building the story. I
Mhm.
don't think we'll get the other 7 until
Mhm.
they have actors identified.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be very it's very interesting how they're doing this. Uh I did see when it sparked for Donald Mustard when it came to Paradigm. He commented on, I don't know why the actress name is slipping my mind, but he commented on her tweet and he was saying how he watched one of her movies and as soon as he seen her movie, he fell in love with her as an actress, but also at the same time he wanted to work with her. So you can see how people are saying it definitely was uh the canon was shifted because it seems as Donald Mustard immediately seen her as Paradigm. And I think that's great. I think that's great how that happened. And then JT said, how would a comic shop know that early? I
This
don't
is kind
believe
of what
it.
I was feeling. I agree.
Of course. I mean, of course, but the thing
Because
is,
they have, like, when you find out when the comic book shops find
mhm,
out that a comic's coming out, they have a whole process.
of
So
course.
how I don't know how this comic book shop would say that.
Obviously, like this is a rumor, but the thing
Yeah.
is, we're reporting news. So this is the thing. If this does happen, you heard it here first. So yeah, so hopefully that happens. We'll see. Um if I
I
had to
mean, I'm
predict,
excited regardless,
yeah,
so
yeah. So if I had to predict season 4 will release early 2024 is what he was saying. Jason.
early 2024 for S4. So you think they're gonna skip all next year?
Hmm.
Yeah, we don't even know who will print. So I was doing some research trying to find the license for I got close. I got someone mentioning it like 2 years ago, but I could not find anything else. So I don't know how long they have the contract for. Um,
Mhm.
so whether it's Panini or Fanatics, or I don't know who else it could be at that point,
Mhm.
um, I'm sure someone's gonna pick it up.
Well, the thing is, I think I genuinely feel in my gut that Panini is about to be purchased by Fanatics. Don't know how soon that'll be. Um, if that's the case, it's going to be interesting. I mean, it could be interesting as they can understand the IP. I think Fanatics is doing their research in that, but it's such a tough call right now. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't feel anything when it comes to Series 4, as in like like a could this possibly happen? This is the first time I felt that, so it's gonna be interesting to see
I
what
will
happens.
say I've been going through. I'm trying to create this top 100 list for you guys for cards, and there's so many major cards that could come out when I was making this list that haven't come out yet. A Series 4 is going to be bonkers. It's going to be
Mm,
crazy. Whenever that comes out, whether that's in 2023, 2024, it's going to be pretty crazy. Does anyone wonder how the influence a Secret Lair Fortnite crossover will have? Um, I mean, it's pretty much the same. Like I was reading all the comments when it was coming out. Um, a lot of people have that same feeling. They have this stigma against Fortnite that it's a kids game. A lot of the Magic
yeah,
community was like, "Oh, really? They're bringing that to Magic the Gathering?" It's like that's kitty. They just don't understand until we break that stigma. Until movies and shows break the general public.
Yeah.
That's when that stigma is going to break, and that's when the cards are going to start getting even more traffic, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yo,
That.
what's up, Mitchell?
Hey, glad to see you got in, MC.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for any kind of cards that come out.
Mm-hmm.
Fanatics. I mean, I just want them to make more. I don't care who does it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hopefully, if can Fanatics do cracked ice? Is there any?
Well, they can't do. I mean, they could
Is
they can just rename it.
That's what I'm saying. Would they
Yeah,
have to rename it? Is that
yeah, like because like for instance,
I know for like
it's like the
Chrome or
atomic
like
refractor.
yeah.
I mean, I would say right now they would have to rename it. I don't know how that works. Honestly, maybe somebody else know. Uh, JT, I feel you, bro. But yeah, man,
Don't
I don't know.
don't get Rob
Yeah,
started
don't get me
on
started.
PMGs.
Don't get me started, man, because I feel you on that, JT, for sure. Especially with action shots, chef's kiss. My goodness, I'm down with it.
Yeah, Xander, we just talked about that rumor.
Hmm.
Rob just went over that rumor about the comic.
Yeah.
Um, I just missed one. Where did it go? How do you feel about the Fortnite market? I think it's pretty stable, to be honest. In such a down market, like sports is down, everything's down. Some people are
Hmm.
getting out of sports and stuff. The crazy thing about the Fortnite market is that a majority of the cards are rare.
Hmm.
Like the hollows, the shards. I mean, hollows for Series One, shards across the board are rare, so that's
Hmm.
helping keep it a stable market. It's not like base cards were like shooting up in the beginning.
Hmm.
For sports, they were shooting up to like hundreds of dollars for base cards.
Right. Right.
Like base rookies were going for hundreds of dollars in PSA.
The bottom
That
of the
never
market
happened.
was shooting up. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
that
what you.
didn't happen to
Yeah.
Fortnite. Just the premium cards shot up. So I think that's why it's still a stable market is because it was like true. Like people wanted this stuff, and they
Mhm.
still do.
Yeah, that's a great point. It was the highest of the parallels is the ones that was shooting up, and then obviously it's not like the bottom was doing anything crazy besides like a couple of the series one base. So yeah, that's a good point.
Ooh, I like that. I want a Kaboom
I love
Fortnite card
Kaboom
too.
too. Like,
I mean,
listen,
a Kaboom type card, like not the actual Kaboom, but yeah.
yeah, like Kabooms look absolutely amazing. PMGs look absolutely amazing. Those I can't even debate those because I actually like both of those a lot. Yeah, yeah.
I don't think they're bringing in Marvel into Fortnite.
So I don't either. The only window is what we talked about before. They could possibly do the zero suits, but once again, we don't know how that works with Panini, Marvel,
Hmm.
Fortnite. But if anything happens, I think it would be that.
I can't talk about that because that's in the comic that's coming out. Never mind. I was gonna make a comment about the
Yeah.
suits, but I won't.
So JT, this is what I be saying. Like PMGs, oh man, they are absolutely beautiful. But I feel the same way. Like that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to like
Oh, that's a cool
PMGs,
idea.
kabooms, and all of those type of things, when you see them in hand, it's just crazy.
They could do the Fortnite artist sketch cards because
Yeah.
they do like these comic sketch cards, right? That's what
Mhm,
you're referring to. But if they did them in like actual trading card,
mhm.
that'd be pretty cool.
I think
They've done
I
stuff with like Star Wars, right?
yeah, that's a good point. I think that's a great point because that is another lane for concept artists. Like you know how Creative 2.0 is having this next resurgence. I could see concept artists finding their way in the comic market, I mean card market, and that could be pretty dope.
Hmm. I mean, Prism Fortnite cards is pretty much Optichrome. Pretty
Mhm.
much. I mean, I don't. Maybe I'm missing something. Am I wrong there?
I guess
I mean, it's
maybe
not like
maybe
silvers.
maybe he means in the total parallel aspect. Like I, I guess he means like in totality of Prism.
Hmm.
And then I guess I can see that when it comes to like the numbered aspect, maybe.
Yeah, I agree with Mitchell. They're not going to do the Marvel stuff because of licensing. I mean, it doesn't make sense for them to chase that. Like, is adding those going to increase? Is it going to increase the sale of Fortnite cards? It doesn't seem worth it, and they have to jump through so many hoops to get that licensing.
It's a quick. The one thing I'll say, I technically agree. The only counter to that is the same way we went to Magic the Gathering with no interest in Magic the Gathering is the exact thing Marvel fans do.
Why they wouldn't want to do that? Yeah, but
Right.
there's
Yeah.
already so they'd have to be under the same umbrella. Who owns Marvel right now for license for
Upper
cards?
Deck. Upper
Yeah,
Deck.
Upper Deck. So and yeah, I don't see that happening unless Upper Deck purchases the thing from
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Well, but no, that's the thing. If Fanatics buys them, this all goes out the window, and the
Yeah, that's
possibilities
true.
get very interesting. So that's why I'm saying I just don't know, bro. Because like if Panini gets purchased by Fanatics, it gets interesting real quick.
See, I'm not a fan of like the prisms with just the different color borders. Like that doesn't do anything for me.
I knew Richard was. That's what I figured
Yeah,
Richard
that's
was
what you knew
talking
he was talking
about.
about. Like that, I don't really care for that. That just to me it kind of muddies the water. It just is more confusing.
Now, I'll be honest, if I talk about if I'm chasing rarity,
Hmm.
I can't. I would be lying if I said I didn't like the out of 10 golds. Like that's
No,
just it.
that's
Yeah,
fine. But once you
yeah.
get to like the different rainbow colors, you know
Like
what I
with
mean?
the zebras and the snake
Yeah,
skin. Yeah,
and then it's
yeah, I
like,
get you.
which one do you want? Who, like anyone? I don't know. Pick that one. They're all, I don't know.
Smoked out turtle. This is what I was getting at. Like like Marvel fans travel just as we will. Like they're gonna
100%.
follow that for sure.
But at the same time, it's just I think it's gonna be too tricky. Plus, we have so many Fortnite skins that they wouldn't have to do that to. Like
Mhm.
so many to choose from. So I don't know.
Yeah, like I think what I always try to factor in is there is a lot of Fortnite skins and there
Hmm.
is a lot of Fortnite options, but that's actually what the Fortnite community complains about fairly often. The fact that you come out with a battle pass and in the past, let's say year and a half, a Marvel or or a DC skin has been in the battle pass. And honestly,
They say that, but they're the most liked skins and the most used.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
It's,
so that
I mean, the
yeah,
community they just complain about everything that they enjoy.
they could I
They
mean from
complain about it, then
A
they go and enjoy
to
it. It doesn't
Z.
make any sense.
No, I love when they be like, but at the same time, no, at the same time, do you love it or hate it? Just go, keep it going. Like, you know what I mean?
Everyone keeps saying like, why do we have to have another Spider-Man skin? But I guarantee you, everyone's gonna be wearing a Gwen Stacy.
The Gwen, and they did amazing on it, by the way.
I can't
That
wait to
Gwen
get it.
Stacy, yeah,
I kind of want to buy all the levels to get to it.
a lot of people did too.
Yeah, I know. I see people wearing it already.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. So I'll show this image next. So Rob got this guy for you guys. Let me zoom out. This is from the comic that's coming out next week. Just so y'all know, give y'all a little break before you look. So this is Geno and his
Hmm.
colors,
Hmm.
and you got the two sisters coming through, and Wolverine or Patch, whatever he's calling himself.
Yeah. The coloring looks absolutely amazing in this.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I'm excited to read it in person. I mean, I know I
Yeah.
read it online, but I'm excited to read it again.
Yeah.
There was one part that I was like, I wish they didn't say that, but for the most part, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Fortnite World Cup
No,
Championship
no,
coin graded.
I haven't tried to grade the coin yet.
Do you have a coin?
No, but I have and actually that coin has gotten pretty scarce. It was between honestly at the time it was like 25 to 30 when I started buying the World Cup ticket.
Hmm.
Uh and it's pretty low at this point.
Are we talking about the V-Buck coin?
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, this one there for like 65.
No, yeah, and I mean they were at 15 maybe back then. So
I don't know
they
anything about grading coins,
mhm.
like at all.
Yes, yo, Kari, thank you for saying that. I almost forgot, bro. There is a Midas Laser 10.
What would you value it at? So
Have
how many
no
were
idea.
graded to get a 10? Like 11, right?
I actually have that stat.
I can pull it up. So yeah, there's one Midas PSA 10 laser.
It
Block
was
acid challenge
eight.
accepted.
It was 8 graded.
And so
Then
9 total.
9 total.
That's still a better PSA 10 rate than the Ice Queen cracked ice.
Hmm. Yeah, that's freaking Midas. My goodness, man, that's dope. Whoever got that laser 10,
I mean, that's
congratulations.
pretty impressive. I know you're a big fan of lasers.
Yeah, major fan, major fan.
There's
I
like 55 PSA 10 cracked ice. So
hmm
that's like 55 to 1 right now.
hmm
Question is how many people are sitting in their lasers to be graded versus the
not
ice?
not a lot because that late that off centering is ridiculous. So
Yeah, it is pretty ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure, like hypothetically speaking, like if there's, let's say if there's 50, well, how many Midases is graded now? Like 60 now, whatever it is, 55, higher, 70? Really?
So between PSA and SGC, there's 98 Midas
Oh,
cracked
okay.
ice.
Okay, between all, yeah, okay. That's yeah. So okay,
But there's only 6 at eBay. I mean, at SGC. There's
yeah.
92 on PSA graded.
So I'll say this. So with it being almost 100 Midas cracked ice, that dang, that's interesting.
55 of them, I think 55 of them are 10s.
Hmm. It's one of those things where I would say if there's 100 out there, there's a whole bunch of Midas lasers out there. Let's just say that, right? It's just that off center, and some people may not even feel like it's worth sending in.
Mhm.
Which the way it's looking, it possibly could be. You would just, I would be, if I would have sent it in, I would sell it. It wouldn't be one I would keep until I get a clean one. But that laser is interesting, man. I'm
Yeah,
interested to
it's
see how
interesting.
that
I
play
don't know
out.
what the price. I'd say at least 3K.
Yeah, that's
Um, I mean, so like, so you asked about the ice queen. Ice queen, I think was 22 graded. Only 2 made PSA 10.
mhm,
Like, if it keeps that up, those lasers may be pretty freaking crazy. I mean, I wouldn't want to sell it too cheap.
yeah,
I mean, what if it is a one of one? Like, what if no others get there?
yeah, that's
Um, I'd say that at least between 2 to 3K right now, but the potential could be crazy
mhm,
for a Midas.
mhm. Yeah, and that is one of those things where I'm just interested to see what they're thinking in their head because that's especially if they're looking to sell it. If they're looking to hold it, they're smart. But if you're looking to sell it as well, I'm interested to see what they're thinking because that's that was a tough task. I'll say that for sure. I know it's only been 9 graded, but looking at the field, it wasn't
I
too
mean, blasters are
easy to get a 10.
expensive. Like,
Yeah.
so like buying any blaster you can see could be kind of pricey.
Hmm.
I mean, it's definitely interesting. I'm not a big laser guy.
Hmm.
I'm just such a fan of like cracked ice, but I see the value there. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Um,
That's a good question.
which
Uh,
question?
the Jason.
We don't know what the PSA 10 Midas is.
I'm
We
about
just
to
saw it on the pop report.
I'm
Unless
about
you
to try
saw a
to find.
picture.
No, I'm about to try to find out. Ah, dang! I know. It's a way I usually can, but I can't get. Maybe somebody. Somebody gonna post it soon. Somebody will post it.
Yeah, I'm sure we know somebody that has that Midas.
Yeah.
What's up, Joey? Yes, the Peely sold for 10K, guys. 10,000.
10K.
That's one of the
That.
one things I wanted to do was go to that like Wade posted the Twitter.
Oh, Lamine James.
Yeah, and like so like I was looking, so I decided to click on the tweets and just like see what people, because people are
Hmm.
gonna troll that, right?
Oh yeah.
So like I wanted to see like what people were saying.
Warfighter, what's up, bro? Joey, David. Uh, yeah, David. Me too. I wonder that as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
what's up,
Shout
Warfighter?
out. Shout out to the seller. They did very well.
I
Uh,
think both did well. I think if you're
yeah.
looking for that Grail card,
Hmm.
um, I think that's a pretty good buy. I don't know. I'll share some of these people who put posting this here.
Yeah, MC. That catch was crazy too. Yeah, was that catch better than Odell's though? Let me know.
I didn't see it. I thought these were all for the. I don't think I clicked the right post.
Deal for sure. Buyer already paid too, man. That's crazy.
Well, yeah. I mean, normally when you grab the card, you have the money and you pay it right away.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Like when you're in that ballpark, for sure. It's not like you're gonna let it sit there.
yeah, and I don't. What's the pop report on Peely? I should go pull it up.
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all. Odell's that sideline, the two fingers and the thumb, man. It just all that Odell catch was nuts. Absolutely insane. I'm sorry, I got to talk a little football every now and again.
I've been playing with Black Ash on Fortnite, and every time we're pushing someone, he's screaming about his football team.
Yo, Kyrie, he really was though. That catch was legit crazy. I just think Odell even keeping his body in, man. That was a crazy catch for on both ends.
All right, so if we're looking here, there's 15 PSA 10 crystal shards
Mm-hmm.
for Peely.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts his market at what, 150,000 for tens.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty healthy.
That is pretty healthy.
Me too. Richard,
Let
small
me ask.
little football tangent.
Wait,
I
21,
want
22, oh,
I
okay.
wanted to draft Odell over Sammy Watkins, so I was definitely watching all the Odell games back then. I'm a Bills fan, so yeah. Uh, but yeah, that Philly PSA 10 rate is interesting. It's interesting to say the least because that's a great sell. That's a great sell. It's so low, bro. Series one is so low, and it's just crazy how much it's not when it comes to availability.
Wow, there's only 9 Black Knights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Did a new 10 pop? I mean, a new nine? A new nine popped up. It
I
was
haven't been
originally
watching the Black Knight
it was
ones.
originally 9-9. Yeah, correct.
I know there's at least one BGS 9.5 out there.
Yeah, I'm right, right? Isn't that PSA 9 new? Or am I tripping? I bet.
Possibly. I feel like people don't give nines enough credit though.
Heck no, they don't.
I know people want the tens, but like some of these nines are pretty dang decent. Um, and there's lasers going for cheap too. I fell asleep. It was horrible timing. There was a Kuno laser SGC 10, and I'm
Yeah.
not even after lasers, but it was at like $3 when I went to bed. I
Mm-hmm.
woke up, it sold for 16, which is like half the price of it getting it graded.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, I think there's lots of potential just to surf eBay and get some of these lasers. I think lasers have gotten a little bit forgotten about.
Shoot.
I know you haven't forgot about it.
Yeah.
I know you're all over the lasers. All right, so what is this that you sent me? You want to talk about this one?
Yeah, this was interesting. Even if you don't play Fortnite, if you're a gamer in general, this is so true, bro. Pretty much this is Phase Sway. If y'all don't know who this is one of the sweatiest controller players there is. But he is the one that made Dark Bomber popular. If you don't know, this is when you see him, you see Dark Bomber. That's how it is when it comes to competitive and just content creators. But he says the downfall of video games started when kids complained about being good at the game. I remember when I was a kid and saw a Prestige Master in Call of Duty. I didn't tell him to take a shower or go outside. I sent that in mother first friend request, bro. That is a fact, bro. That is such a fact. Like it's one of those things where I think the grind has gotten soft. No matter if you take it serious, no matter if you have the time, when you play a game, you want to be top tier. You want to be the
Well,
best.
my
And I
thing is the streamers that get mad when they're streaming and they die to someone who's better than them. This
mm,
is what I hear all the time. They said these guys literally don't go outside. Like
mm,
that's what they say. So I mean, this quote's like dead ass on.
yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like that touch grass A, B, and C. It's funny in the grand scheme of it, but I think that is something that it has definitely changed, especially in that during that like Call of Duty era, the Halo era, like all of those games. Man, it was different. It was different when it came to
I
that.
like this one. Have we talked about this?
No, no, we haven't. I think we did. We might have mentioned it lightly, but yeah, I love that Fortnite leaned into this. I'm actually meant to do the one where it showed Fortnite caption, but they used all of the terminologies for Twitter and Reddit posts where they say dead game and ratio. But I like that they really played into this instead of running from it.
Real quick, go to so Xanders, if you go to fortnitecomics.com, I have all of the comics up here. Now I don't really tell you which ones to get, but like this is the first Fortnite comic, and we've talked about this before, so it'll be real quick. Nexus War, the first comic ever for
Mm-hmm,
Fortnite. A lot of foreshadowing with Doom and the mech team leader.
mm-hmm,
So this is a big one. Zero Point is more focused on Batman, but a lot of first appearances like Renegade Raider. So issue number 4 in this, I think, is pretty cool with Renegade Raider.
mm-hmm,
Also, Fish Sticks gets a talking part in this.
mm-hmm.
My favorite one is this comic here is the Foundation, because the Foundation is getting the most talk time, and like he's like a superior character. They're putting a lot of work into him, and it's voiced by The Rock. Um, so this was drawn by Donald Mustard, who's like
Mhm,
leading the story of Fortnite.
mhm,
So this is my favorite, and it's a 1 of 25. There's probably 3,000 to 6,000 printed. That's 6,000
yeah,
on the very high end. If you're lucky to get one of these, this is the rarest comic that we've seen. I
mhm,
think there may be less than 100. But that's just based on these weren't ever released. They were supposed to, and then they never got released. So these are really, really rare. But I like the Foundation comic the most.
yeah,
Let me see if there's anything else I missed. Zero War, of course, is pretty good. Like getting anytime you get like a first appearance, and I'm working on the first appearances here on the site. Um, so this page will be updated. Like for Fantastic Four, you have Bright Bomber, Kit, Jonesy, Raven, Lynx, and Peely.
mhm,
Their first appearances were here. So there's so much you can do to collect, and like we're not trying to like see the future or anything, but like if you look at first appearances and try to think ahead, you can kind of like get ahead of the curve.
mhm,
If you want to do like cover appearances, I really like the crossovers. These were the first that we saw. Like Fantastic Four 24 was one of the crossovers. It just happened to have a Fortnite story inside of it. The rest of these did not have Fortnite stories. They were just crossover covers.
mhm.
So you have like the first appearance on cover of Peely and stuff like that. Midas first appearance. This is the first time he was in the comics was on this cover, even though he wasn't related to the comic itself. That's a big one. Which
Scroll it up a bit and show it again. It was covered by our
oh my fault.
no, yeah,
Here's Midas right here.
yeah.
So that's X-Men 13. That's a cool cover. These are getting hard to find. So like if you wanted to get
Mhm,
ahead of the curve, make sure you grabbed one. These are kind of hard to find.
yeah,
You come to FortniteComics.com, grab the name and with the artist, and then search it. Um, they're getting hard to find. Uh, like I used to not like this Fantastic Four cover because
mhm,
it's just the Mech team leader, right? But
yeah,
that was like 2 years ago, and I didn't realize that he was writing a whole comic between the Seven versus Doom.
mhm.
And if we do get a comic in the summer of next year, I bet you Doom's in it. I bet you Doom's in it.
That'd be. I would like that. I like Doctor Doom a lot, so that would be. That would
This
be.
is this is the agency where Midas. This is Midas's headquarters back here
Mhm,
inside this comic. This is Bright Bomber on the cover. This was a surprise sketch variant. I think it was like one per store or something like that.
mhm.
Um, these get forgotten about. So these are actually two different comics. One's Black Widow, and this is Captain America, but they used the same cover. So that was a little weird. Jonesy's first appearance here in Avengers. I haven't gotten any of these yet.
Yeah,
These take you
I
see
have one of
these are
each.
22
Yeah,
crossovers, and then these are 2020
I take that
crossovers.
back. I have more than that, but I have one. I have at least one of each. I should say that. The Drift and Spider-Man 2099, the Omega, and the. Can you scroll down a bit because I don't got my comics next to me. What other one is it?
What are you looking for?
Oh yeah, and then the links one. I have three of each of those, but the rest of them I have at least one.
I have not Warfighter grabbed any employee pins yet. I liked employee pins. I spent my budget on some sketches from Zero War from the illustrator. So that's where my budget went. So I want to get to the pins at some point, but there's just so much to collect with Fortnite that it's
Yeah,
like picking and
yeah.
choosing at this point.
For sure. And Xander, so first appearances definitely matter. Cover and obviously inside the actual comic book. Like so first appearance of Dr. Sloan, first appearance of the Imagine, first appearance of Renegade Raider. When it comes to Batman Zero Point, all of those things matter in general. But also I'll be doing a video on it. Have a couple different ones coming out. So look out for that. We're gonna make sure we get as much content and as much updates when it comes to the website out to you as well.
I would say normally, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but I think normally cover A usually is the best one to get.
Mm-hmm.
But for Fortnite, I feel like if there's a Donald Mustard version, that's the one I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one right here, Donald Mustard put Renegade Radio here on this cover. Like I like this one a lot, this brown
Mm-hmm.
cover. Um, I think this is the first appearance, 0.4's first appearance of Renegade Raider. she
Mhm.
got like a main part in this issue.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen the last of her.
And that is probably more than so so
I also like this cover too for 0.1 more than this one.
yeah, I
But
those are those ones I actually like all three equally, which is weird. It's hard. Zero point was very well done. Very well done. It's one of the harder ones to choose when it comes to favorites.
my
Um
only problem was that it was a whole lot of like Batman focused stuff and less Fortnite. Like Zero War is more focused on Fortnite, even though it had Marvel characters in it.
mhm,
Um, that was only my thing with 0 point, but that's because I'm a Fortnite fan, not a Batman fan.
mhm. Yeah, and it's th- man, it's interesting because I think the comics have such a unique potential. And with this the way Fortnite, when it comes to storyline and all of that stuff, they like to ruffle feathers, and I don't think the community has caught on to that. They do these things on purpose.
Yep.
Like they do these things on purpose to see how people respond because they can shift things at any given time, and it frustrates some people, but it's worked out pretty well when it comes to the way it's playing out, in my opinion.
Yeah, usually this is what I've read that usually cover A tends to have the best RI, but occasionally different colors take the light. I've seen that happen. Um, for Fortnite, I feel like I can pick and choose. Like the reason why I like cover B for 0 point is because this is really relatable to Fortnite. The jumping out of the battle bus is less Batman focused, so I
Mhm.
feel like a Fortnite fan would like this one more. Um, but I could be wrong. It could be cover A all the way. But I'm just picking and choosing as a collector which one I want. Um,
Yeah, because it's very unique when it comes to the strength of a Batman fan and
mhm.
then a Fortnite fan. Because where I agree with Dylan is I feel like the initial jump is gonna be Batman focused because those are the ones that read the comics in the first place. As time goes on, as more Fortnite collectors come in, as they become more knowledgeable when it comes to the comics, I think that's when that shift will happen, and then those covers will see a kind of a boost and a jump that we'll probably hear Comic Tom talking about 5 years from now.
Um, so you said Singularity and Paradigm. They're not the same person. Christos Gage came out and made the announcement that he talked to Donald Mustard, and they are not the same person. That was a misdirection that Donald Mustard gave everybody,
Mhm,
in like trying to say they're the same person, but they're not.
mhm. Yeah, Paradigm and Singularity is definitely not the same person. Which made me happy because Singularity will get her own story. I did see something out there that people didn't. Somebody did their own theory where Geno and Singularity might be husband wife type thing. Don't know how I feel about that yet. That could be dope. We'll see. Um, but I'm interested to see what Singularity's story comes out to be because she is one of the most important characters for the next couple years. He definitely said Singularity, not Paradigm, and it was one of her names. So AKA, we don't know anything yet. So I'm interested to see how that plays out.
Black Ash is asking about the monofoil. It is issue number one. I'll throw it up here. For instance, this is the one he's talking about.
Yeah,
So this was the Batman Day edition. So it came out. It didn't come out in the same day as 0 point did.
yeah.
Um, but it has its own barcode, so it's not really a reprint, but it is not the
It's a
same day one. It's like a special edition one. I
yeah.
don't really know how to call it, but it's not a
It's
second
it's a
printing. It's
variant.
just yeah, I guess it's a variant. It's a little different. But this is a really pretty rare comic. You had to order your comic book shop had to order 500 of the free comics they were giving away in order to get this. And
Mhm.
not many comic stores ordered that many free comics. So,
Yeah,
is it the best? It's probably be the most expensive long term. So, like, if you wanted to get something that was rare and more expensive, this would probably be the most expensive long term for zero
mhm.
point number issue number one.
True,
Would
true.
you agree?
Yeah, 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 for sure. And
Yeah,
like
I know
JT
how
said,
JT feels about this one.
mhm,
Um, yeah, it's just different than like a second. I'm not saying it's not a reprint, but I don't think it's considered a second printing.
mhm.
Um, but I mean, I could be wrong.
And Black Ash said
I'll
he
let the
meant
community weigh
Black
in on
Ash
that one.
said he meant to say it was the best cover for issue one.
Yeah, I think it could probably be the best cover for issue one. I mean, it's super rare.
Yeah, Xander, exactly. We've talked about this
Yeah, I forget we talked
recently.
about
I
that.
think it was like, I think it might have
Yeah,
been last week or the week before.
week before,
Uh
I believe.
yeah, Ready Player One definitely has a lot of things that you could connect similarities to for sure. Uh if it ever gets to that point, then you can tell people to go touch grass because it's gonna get real quick. then that
well,
term would definitely be true.
when people talk about like the metaverse, like you know how big I am on Fortnite being the metaverse. I think Fortnite is leagues ahead of everybody else. Like people talking about Meta slash Facebook, all they have is the VR.
Hmm.
They don't have the worlds. They don't have like the back end like Epic Games does to
Hmm.
build this stuff out. They don't
Hmm.
have like millions of players already doing it.
Hmm.
I mean, let Fortnite get this down and then bring in VR. It'd be a
Yeah.
lot easier for them to bring VR into the game than it will be from Meta or Facebook to create the
Hmm.
same worlds that Epic Games does.
Yeah.
So, like, I could see Fortnite being Ready Player One. I could see
Yeah,
it.
for sure. And I mean, the thing is, this Creative 2.0 is such an extensive rollout. Tim Sweeney, which is the founder of Epic Games and Fortnite, this he's an interesting man in a good way where it comes to like he's firm. He's firm. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out.
And
Um
Jim says he wants to trade the monofoil and some cash for one of these. I mean, I don't know anybody that would do that trade. Good luck. Where is it at? I mean, I have both, but I think there's already more graded of
mhm,
these than we
mhm,
have seen of the black and whites.
yeah.
So
You I like what Joey T just asked because this is one where you would immediately technically say no, but but I could see a place where
I like this question.
I could see a place where they go down a certain path and the knights are a part of it. I don't know if it would be anything lead role. It's so much story to be told. I don't see it happening, but I do see a path that it could possibly happen.
So, all right. So, I want to get back to the whole metaverse thing, but I would have said no a year ago about the Knights.
Hmm.
I mean, like they've got the foundation, everyone's high tech. It's getting away from that. The Ice King in the comics changed my mind completely. The way they brought the Ice King back, they gave him powers, and like he was like some huge
Even
being
though
that
he
was
already had that,
he
but
had
yeah.
powers in the game, yeah, but they made it real. Like he had
Hmm.
a purpose.
Hmm.
Like he was capturing dangerous creatures. Like they gave him purpose,
Yeah,
way more purpose than when he first came into the game. And
because
they explained all the stuff that he was doing in such a cool way, and the fans loved it. So
yeah,
they could do the same thing with the Knights. I don't know what the story is with them, but they
mhm,
could have come from their own world. We could learn about them.
yeah,
But who
because
knows? I mean, they Don Messer can think of anything really.
yeah, because like the difference with those two is like the Black Knight and those ones technically had no storyline, but at the same time, Renegade Raider ended up in the story. So that you know what I mean, and they're in that same cloth. Now the Ice King did have a major entrance into the
Mhm.
Fortnite map. Like he was in the ball, he did his Ice King thing, you know. So he did have that moment where you seen he was that powerful. Like Dylan said, they just explained it. So yeah, that was definitely dope.
So Xander's, there is a. I guess I could pull it out. There is a. What's that magazine called?
What the
Game Informer.
Game Informer?
So this is another thing that I've been looking for, but this is a Game Informer,
Hmm.
and this was from 2014. So
Yeah.
the Fortnite story has never not always been what it is. It's
Hmm.
changed. Um, it's changing something great. But in 2014, this is the first Fortnite material that I found. It's from 2014, and you can see it's a full cover. If you can find one of these that doesn't have the label on it, buy it because they're rare.
Yeah.
Most of
That
them
was
have like a shipping label or like a
yeah.
mail subscription label.
Yeah.
This is a newsstand copy.
Yeah. I was looking for like literally like 6 months on that one. That was a rough one for sure.
So
Especially
in
in this
here you can
edition.
read the story. and it's more of just like a escape from the zombies thing.
Mhm.
Um, but then I don't know when Donald Mustard took over,
Mhm.
and I think they realized later on after like they started getting popularity what they could do. Maybe they had a glimpse or an idea,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was until it got super
So,
popular.
so Save the World has a full storyline. Save the World has a full storyline,
Hmm.
so full that Vendor Tech is the one that created V-Bucks. That's how deep it goes with
Yeah,
the actual Save the World storyline. The thing is that they ventured away at the end of season 3. See, so obviously, let's put it this way: they probably started planning it season 2 is when they took the swing, but so that is the thing that the storyline has been in play for a very long time. Like Ramirez is the way what Jonesy is to the storyline now is what Ramirez was in Save the World. So that's why I'm always like, when it comes to Save the World and the transition, I'm always like in the back of my head, like, when are they gonna pull Ramirez through in the way they did Jonesy? I do think my gut feeling is that Save the World,
I just cracked the code with you talking.
yeah, Save the World and the actual storyline now, I think is going to eventually merge together at some point.
You were just talking about that, and so I've always considered Save the World another reality.
Hmm.
That's not the Fortnite Island, obviously,
Right.
because we've seen the Fortnite Island, we've seen it. So what if Save the World? Because if you read the comics, Jonesy says he comes from a world
Hmm.
where it's extremely dangerous,
Hmm.
right? And like it's hard to survive, but his
Right.
family is protected by the Imagined Order.
Hmm.
So what if that's his world? Him and Ramirez came from Save the World, where it's
Hmm.
filled with zombies and monsters,
Right. That I like that. I like, and
right?
the reason why I like that, and that makes a lot of sense, is because it seems like Jonesy ended up being a top recruit, which means he was doing his job that good. You know what I mean? So it
Yeah.
seems like they were possibly in that Save the World island or world or reality, I should say. And somehow they all became recruits, and Jonesy just was the top tier one, and that's what it seems like, because Ramirez did show back up in the original war for what was that, the Renaissance season. What was that,
Hmm.
season 2 or season 3? Season 2. So it was season
Yeah,
2.
season
Season
two.
2. Yeah,
Yeah.
season 2. Ramirez was there when Sloan took away the builds. She was with
Hmm.
Jonesy. That's something people don't talk about. That was Ramirez, just clean Ramirez. So I'm interested to see what happens with that.
And so, and interesting enough, people still like people aren't paying attention to this, right?
Yeah.
So like people keep talking about the crossovers, they keep just doing money grabs. They're not paying attention to what's happening with the world building. Um, so we can learn about Jonesy's World. We can learn about Save the World. Everything is so fluid that they can write to it.
Hmm.
They set themselves up, and I don't know if this was intentional or by luck, but because of the popularity of the game and the way that they had the 0 point, they can pretty much come up with the reasoning for anything.
Yeah.
I don't think they're
Hmm.
gonna have to backtrack as long as they're thoughtful going forward.
Right.
And Donald Mustard thinks so far ahead that whenever they figured this out, I don't know if it was season 2, season 3, I
Hmm.
mean, he started putting plans in place because I remember, was it season 3 or 4, I think he made his brother did a YouTube video with him,
Oh, Mustard Plays. Yeah.
Mustard Plays, and they were talking about the railgun,
Hmm.
which didn't come out for 2 years later.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy how far they think ahead.
So Dylan, can you go to the what I sent you real quick and go to the paradigm one?
Yeah, let me go look.
There should be a paradigm one in there.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so this is what we're kind of getting at. Uh Paradigms says reality 659. So it's the original paradigm, and this one says paradigm reality 659. I believe that's paradigm's original world,
Mhm.
right? And that's what we're getting at when it comes to Jonesy, Ramirez, even Renegade Raider. This seems as though this is gonna happen. And like Dylan said, he can see Renegade Raider coming back. This is that type of thing that could happen where Renegade Raider technically went home. She went back to her original reality. But if she comes back, I could see something like that happening. Renegade reality, whatever that is. But the story is just heating up. It's just
Mhm.
starting. I think this is a major feat for them, and I think they're just making sure they approach it the right way. I
And
really do.
actually, we should be tracking these realities.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I'm gonna start doing on the website. I need to start tracking the realities and who's from what reality. Um, because like if they recruited Jonesy from some dangerous world, all these characters that come on the island were recruited for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were handpicked.
Yeah.
So they could all be like heroes or villains from their own story and end up being their own thing.
Yeah. And it's interesting because like I was thinking back. Now is Renegade who is Renegade's original headcanon?
Oh, I have no idea. I feel like it's its own.
It might be.
I think she's unique.
I have to look again, but
Yeah.
I don't know off the
I
top of
think
my
it's
head.
unique because they gave her like the face paint and everything. Like it
Mm,
kind of had to be unique. But I mean, I could be wrong. I think she's unique. I don't know.
That's funny.
Man, if I create a museum for Fortnite, that'd be dope. Maybe it'll be in the metaverse. I'm gonna make it on Fortnite Island.
Shoot, MC2 with MC picking up all those employee exclusives.
I'm not gonna have the biggest museum. There's a couple people in here who are probably gonna have a bigger museum than me. Got
Uh,
someone here who's gonna have an art museum. Talking about you, JT. You got MC. You got Black Ash. Man, there's gonna be some nice museums going around.
That's crazy. I think somebody in this community has a lot to do with that too.
Is the second most game being graded? What's the first?
Yeah, JT, what is the first?
Pokemon. I bet you it's Pokemon.
JT, can you send me that where you found that? That would be something I would like to have. Can you send me that? DM wise? Um,
Well,
yeah.
see.
I'll go.
Oh my
Go ahead,
bad, you
go.
collected one.
Go no, go to yours first. I'll go to this after.
All right. So they were talking about Fortnite's gonna have a reign of movies similar. I think it's gonna be bigger than Harry Potter because Harry Potter is one story,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, they can have offshoots of different characters, but each of these characters literally can have their own series of movies. Like Renegade Raider, we can learn about her backstory when she comes here, when she leaves. The Fox Clan,
Hmm.
like there's like it's almost like Marvel. Like you have like the mutants, you've got
Hmm.
Fantastic Four, you've
Hmm.
got the Avengers. There's like so many ways that they can go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda.
That's a
I
good
ain't mad
one.
about it. I ain't
That's
mad
a good
about it.
one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I get that Harry Potter isn't one story, but I meant it's like one. What's the right word? Because they have like they have the Beast ones. They have all the different Harry Potters. I get that, but I was talking like we can go across different genres, right?
Hmm.
We can go to like a food world. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
it's. I feel like it's like even more wider than one because Harry Potter is just one reality.
Hmm.
So imagine what they can do with thousands of different
By the
realities.
way, I don't know a lot about Harry Potter, so
My
I'll
wife
bow
knows a
out
lot and I don't, so I'm probably just like putting my foot in my mouth. But
that.
I like Harry Potter. I'm just not. Yeah, I'm not trying to say it's one story. That's probably not what I was trying to say.
I get where you were
Yeah.
going though. Uh, I'll put
Tomato Head the movie. Tomato Head is underrated. McDowell.
yes,
He'll
yes,
have his day.
yeah,
If Peely's going for 10K, what should I? If Peely's 10K, Tomato Head should be. I feel like 2K. Does that make
yeah.
sense?
Tomato Head is so unique, bro. We said this before. Like he's OG. He's a meme skin that's not a meme skin. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
he's never been treated that way. He he's unique. He's unique. Along with uh what is Beef Boss, but Tomato Head is just slightly different. He's in a class of his own. I'm interested to see how that plays out. You know, that's one that I definitely want. Uh, you know, but that's another conversation, especially because Buffalo, New York has the best piece. I'm not gonna debate that either. But yeah, I definitely should have that. I definitely should have a Tomato Head.
I mean, I was never a huge fan of Tomato Head. I just know he pretty decent skin. I don't
Yeah,
know why I'm just not a big fan of the food skins, but I recognize that they have popularity. So
yeah. This
Guaco, real quick before
yeah,
we get off Tomato Head, I do not hold Guaco the same I hold Tomato Head or Beef Boss. Beef Boss and Tomato
you
Head are different
should.
level than Guaco.
You should.
I he
He's the little brother. You know what I mean? But he's there.
I'm just saying I don't think he's on the same level as those two.
Because Guaco, first of all, Guaco, Shout out to the collab that they did with LeBron because
Hmm.
Guaco was a part of the Taco
That was
Tuesday.
smart. That was
Yeah,
smart.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guaco's up there. He's one of those ones where the once again time frame is everything. Tomato Head Beef Boss just has a little bit more of a, you know,
Little whip. Little whip.
oh, Little Whip is gonna pass a couple. I'm just saying that he has a popular fan base as well. Those is I like Little Whip. I though it's a couple that I do genuinely do like. Yeah, man.
I know people in the card community like Guaco. I'm
Hmm.
not saying anything. I just know skin wise, he's not as popular in game as Tomato Head and the rest of them.
See, yeah, and
But
yeah,
with the collaborations, like you said, that could change.
yeah.
Just like Ice King came back. I mean, they could do something crazy with Guaco.
So I thought about this. I didn't think it all the way through, so it's happening right now. It's interesting to me. They've never done legit food collaborations. Isn't that interesting? Like with all these food
You
skins
mean
that come
like
out,
packaged food, like
like I
cereal
mean,
boxes?
not even that. Like I'm talking about like even though it's not that I would want it, I'm just interested they've
I
never
would.
approached like McDonald's. Like you know what I mean? Like how it's like legit fast food, like the burger, the aspect of that, even though they're building their own, because I think that's what it is they're
Has
building
there
their
never been a McDonald's Fortnite toy?
no,
That's
I don't
insane.
that's what I don't get it. I'm interested. I don't
That's
know.
insane. McDonald's, what are you doing?
But peep this. Is it because that's not the target demographic?
I mean, what kids?
That age group of kids, like Happy Meal. You get what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, because it's technically teen is a teen
Yeah,
game,
but most people think it's kids. So I bet you McDonald's
right?
would think it's kids too.
So that's what I'm saying. Do you think like a McDonald's or any of those approached them and they turned it down? That's what I'm because it's crazy that McDonald's. I would assume that they did at some point, right?
Hmm.
And I'm just interested, like, did Epic Games turn that down? Was that not a direction they wanted to go? Is it? It's just crazy to me that it's never been a toy.
I bet that I bet you it's in the works. I feel like they plan those things out, but then again they do movies. I
Hmm.
don't know McDonald's plans. Maybe they plan them around movies, but they've done Pokemon so much.
Yeah, it's just something interesting I
I
was thinking
believe
about.
this. I believe that they don't want to target the young
That,
kids. This
yeah,
I agree with
demographic.
that. If you look at the Zero War comics on the back, or was it the Foundation? But it says 13 plus.
Hmm.
And I think Epic Games is positioning itself for the long term.
Yeah,
Like they're trying to get that like long term like audience.
yeah.
But I'm with Black Ash. I'd be scalping up some Happy Meals.
Yeah,
Or
like, but that's the thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so is it that that's not the target audience? That makes things very interesting. If that's not the
Mhm.
target audience, and like what Max said, Epic Games is not target. You can tell Epic Games isn't targeting that. Even with the toys, like the fact that there's not more stuffed animals than it is. Like for instance, I think it's Pilly Fish Stick. It might be Meowscles. It's a couple, but it's not a lot of stuffed animals either. It's action figures. So I think that's very interesting that it's not targeted that way. Epic Games
Mhm.
know the direction that they're trying to go for sure.
I mean, they're very strategic. I mean, I
Mhm.
think the whole the way they approach the comics before a show, they
Yeah,
could have done a show easy.
easily.
Riot did. Oh, you know what? I was gonna get into this. I don't know. So we were talking about the metaverse and we got off of it. I know you had someone else comment. You want to go back to that real quick?
I don't know where it's at. I don't even know.
It was about the monster from Save the
Oh,
World.
oh, it's the Save the World one. Hold on, if I can find.
Before I go on a
There was a
tangent about the
couple that I
metaverse.
wanted. Shoot, you might as well go to it, bro.
Okay, well, all right. I'm gonna jump into this. Okay, so who here watched the Arcane show? And I don't know why it took me so long to realize this. Right? So Fortnite. I mean, if you guys don't know, Fortnite is owned by Epic Games, right?
Mhm.
But Epic Games, 40% of it is owned by a Chinese company called Tencent, something
Tencent.
like
Yep.
that. Tencent also owns 100% of Riot,
Hmm.
which owns League of Legends, which is what Arcane is.
Hmm.
And they did a show. And I'm telling you, if if they did a show for that, then and they did it went really well. I
Hmm.
know for sure that they're gonna be working on Fortnite too.
Mhm.
But interesting enough, Tencent owns 40% of Epic Games.
Yeah.
They own 100% of Riot.
Mhm.
They also own an undisclosed amount of Roblox,
Mhm.
and Roblox also is trying to create a metaverse. Just saying, um,
Yeah.
just throwing that out there. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. That is a very interesting thing for sure. Uh Warfighter, this is yes, I actually put a link. This is when we honestly, I think we might have had 5 viewers back then. Uh but I did put a link in our one podcast a while ago of a Epic employee talking about the direction that Epic was going in, and it was darker, it was very Resident Evil-ish, and they completely changed the tide, they made it colorful. Uh this was very strategic, and everybody else didn't think it was gonna work this way, but Epic planned it very well.
I want to jump to this. JT asked, "What is Arcane?" Arcane is a series based on the very popular game called League of Legends, which is a Riot game. The
Mhm,
Riot is the gaming company that made League of Legends, super popular for many years. Arcane is based on some of the characters from League of Legends. Um, it's on Netflix, like Matt Price just said. I admit I didn't watch all of it. I watched the first couple episodes. I play an offshoot game of League of Legends. I don't actually play League of Legends. So, but it was done really well, and like you said, I think Epic Games is more positioned to make something than League of Legends, because Epic Games does all these different like animated stuff all the time.
mhm,
But the fact that 40% owned by Tencent, which owns 100% of Riot Games, and they did a series that was successful.
mhm,
I mean, it's all connected. I mean, that's it's pretty crazy. The fact that I didn't know that they were related is what's blowing my mind.
mhm. Yeah, great point. Yeah, it's another one that's supposed to come out for that show.
Another season.
The It's another one that's supposed to come out. Skin.
So for Arcane, there are two skins from League of Legends inside of Fortnite.
Mhm,
It is, how am I forgetting this? Jinx and
mhm.
her sister, who is gosh, I can't remember the name. Jinx and I can't remember. Someone's gonna. There's two. There's two in there. I forget
Yeah.
what it is. Oh, Vi or V. Yeah, V
Mhm.
and Jinx. Thank you, McDowell. Which is interesting because we have a V or Vi
Yeah,
character.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
But this is different than Vi in Series 3. These are
Mhm.
two different characters. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just a coincidence, Richard.
Oh, he talking about that, the Spider Knight, the
Yeah,
female
something like
counterparts
that.
of Spider Knight. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
What's your dream collab? I already have
Uh,
mine, and I know it's gonna come sooner or later.
mm, that's a good question.
While you're thinking, mine, and you guys might call me a loser. My wife is definitely gonna call me a loser for this. But my favorite anime show is One Piece.
Mhm.
So I can't wait for them to do a One Piece collab. Like
I
I
think
think they
that's a
should
good
have done
one.
One Piece before they did Naruto, before they did Dragon Ball Z. They should have done One Piece.
Yeah. So mine's might be a little out there. I like you know, clothes, tees, A, B, and C. It's this brand called Kith. It's a New York City brand, and with them doing Balenciaga and all of these, Kith fits it so well because they do so many collabs, and it's hard for me to see a time where they don't collab with Fortnite eventually. So Kith is definitely mine's. That's not a major one, but I have a lot of collabs that I wish
No,
would
that's
happen.
so weird that you went there. I was thinking like shows and characters, and
Hmm.
you automatically connected Fortnite to a brand.
Yeah,
The fact that you did that is the metaverse right there.
both
That's
happen at this. Yeah.
that's insane that you went straight to a brand instead of like an actual character. And
Hmm.
that's like looking in the future right there. I
Because
think Fortnite's
they
gonna be the future of
for
branding.
sure, for
That's
sure.
insane.
And I think that's the interesting part about it is that it crosses so many IPs at once and so many different brands at once. Like if we seen what happened the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks of the last season, the collaborations was so diverse and versatile, bro. It was crazy. Obviously, Dragon Ball Super was the major focus of that, but a lot happened in those last couple weeks.
Yo, I would eat some Fortnite cereal. Stop. Like if they put characters on Fortnite cereal, it's over. I'm a big cereal fan though. So
Me too. Cereal is my snack though. Like I don't eat cereal in the morning. Like I eat cereal like at night at like
breakfast, lunch,
yeah.
dinner, 2 a.m. playing Fortnite. I'm eating cereal.
Cereal is it.
That's
What's
inevitable
your
for
favorite
me.
cereal though? That's the real question.
My favorite,
I know what it is.
every
It's that
Halloween.
unicorn. It's that unicorn in Fortnite. That's the one. That's your favorite.
No, actually, I would try it though. My
Yeah,
favorite is during Halloween. I get Captain what do you not Captain Count Chocula. I get that during
yeah,
Halloween. That's one of my all time favorites. But I also like we
yeah.
got Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Frosted Flakes. You know.
Hmm. So you want to know a fun fact?
Thanks, Smoked Out Turtle. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks, Smoked Out Turtle. We appreciate it.
We on the
Fun,
East Coast too, but we
yeah.
staying up. I
We
got
stay,
coffee here.
we staying up. You both. Listen. I drink a lot of coffee, but it is a certain time I can't do it.
I have to
You a
use the
real one.
bathroom so bad because of the coffee right now. Oh, Cocoa Krispies. That's
Baby,
good.
baby
Lucky
bladder, bro.
Charms.
Baby bladder. Okay, you want to know a fun fact though?
American
There,
cereal is candy, 100%.
that's a fact.
It's dessert, not candy. It's dessert.
There you go. There's a cereal. There is not a cereal that I've came across that I don't like. That's how crazy it is. Okay, I take that back.
Raisin
Check.
Bran.
I love Raisin Bran.
Mm,
I love Raisin
it's
Bran.
too
I,
healthy for me.
check. What's the Kicks? Kicks is trash. That's the only one.
I don't know if I've actually ever had Kicks. I know what it is. I just don't think I've
You're
ever
done.
eaten it.
You're not missing nothing. It's trash.
Man, so one of the things I need
Lucky
to start
Charms is
looking at,
lit. Yeah.
one of the things I need to start looking at is Tencent owns Riot Games, right?
Hmm.
I need to look at what other properties they own because those are probably sure to go into freaking Fortnite.
Hmm.
Like, there's no if they own 40% of Epic Games and 100% of something else.
Now,
uh,
I will say this. This was the beginning of my investment journey. I'll just say this out loud. I'll just say that before I say this. I did invest in Tencent. So a while back, obviously I sold them shares by now, but this is before Fortnite cards. I was trying to get into, investing in
Yeah, you
Fortnite.
were trying to
Yeah,
invest in Epic
yeah.
Games.
I'm good
Um,
on that. So but yeah, so I did do some research on that, but it's a lot in there with it being a Asian company
oh
that
yeah, talking about like investing wise.
no, just what the properties that's in there. I was trying to find them, but it's a couple
Oh,
in there. We should look at it again for
I
sure.
have a link for
Yeah, we should look at it
everything
again.
they own.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, like not investment advice, guys. But it is a publicly traded company,
yeah.
but it's not on the New York Stock
It's not on the New York
Exchange.
side, right? Right.
So we're not gonna get too much into that. It's not
No,
investing.
that's a whole nother. Yeah, we're not doing that. But Xander, we appreciate you, bro, especially for staying. It's 4:30. You are a real one. You are a real one for sure. We appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate some good comments from you. Appreciate it a lot. And we do talk everything. We talk all cereals.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
talk
All serious.
coffee. So
Yes.
hang out.
Yes.
We talk clothing brands with Rob
Oh,
over
there
here.
you go. There you go.
What did I do that was gangster? I didn't do anything gangster, did I? Ooh, shredded wheat. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still like it. I mean, I like the sugary side of it.
Wow.
Dang, that's nice. Only
And
7:23
MC,
in
you
Alaska.
got it good, bro. You good.
But isn't it like nighttime in Alaska or daytime for like 48
Six.
hours?
It's something like that, right?
My do rag
That was the do rag.
is getting dry cleaned.
Yo, that's the it's getting dry clean.
I saw a white guy wearing a do rag the other day. I was so confused. I took my kids for a walk in the woods and we saw a white dude walk by with a do rag.
Bro, chill. He can get waves, bro.
I don't know. He can try.
Yo, listen, you gotta brush a little harder. You just gotta
Brush a little harder.
your forearm is gonna be a lot stronger by then.
We need to get a link to that brush that you're talking about.
Yeah, that
Get an affiliate link for that.
the bristles might be a little different.
9:23 in Colorado. What's up in Colorado, Jim?
Man.
All right, it's like 11:30, so people are gonna start frying me up again.
That's that's the time frame right there.
This is the 11:30 time frame. There was one more thing on here that you had.
What was it? All right.
Let me throw this up here. You wanted to talk about
Yeah, yeah,
jerseys?
yeah. Well, this specific. So this is if y'all don't know who. I think I had the right. Yeah,
I'm gonna
Matt.
put up this one.
Yeah, put that one up. So if y'all don't know who Nick Merckx is a streamer that's around. Me and Dylan's age. I think he just turned 30. But he is one of the top tier streamers. He's mainly Call of Duty and Apex now, but he had a big effect on Fortnite. His jersey, his 10th anniversary jersey, esports jersey, sold out in under 4 minutes, bro. Like this esports is so underrated, and I don't think people understand it. And I just want people to understand how underrated esports is, and it's only getting started. Like Booga was just on Jimmy Fallon. It's crazy.
Oh,
That's
that's
like
the
his
thing we had to
baby.
talk about too.
Yeah, like is crazy, and what they did with that with Jimmy Fallon, and with the map, Creative 2.0 is gonna be crazy. We've been saying that way too much, but we're gonna say it more. Just understand that esports, Fortnite in general, is definitely just getting started.
Yeah, I mean the esports is its own thing. The movies are their own thing. They've got comics. There's just so many different ways that this plays out. What's going to be in series 4? We've talked a little bit about this. Some characters to look out for. Well, we can talk about
Yeah.
that. Let me pull up my secret list here. So I think some big ones, of course, Renegade Raider. Any set that Renegade Raider gets in, I think is gonna be big. If you haven't gotten a Renegade Raider and Reloaded yet,
Mm-hmm.
I'd try to get a really nice copy of one. Um, but Meow Schools will be a big one. Foundation. Foundation's in the set. I'm chasing him harder than
Mm-hmm.
any of the other 7. Charlotte. Charlotte would be a really good one. Anyone do you
Mm-hmm.
want to throw out there?
Yeah. Um. Oh man. The Imagine in the order, Dr. Sloan. Uh. The Agent Jonesy for sure. Um. What else? I am actually looking forward to Wildcat, which is a sweat skin. But
Ooh,
Wildcat is one I'm looking forward to.
You want to
Uh.
explain Wildcat a little bit so we
Yeah,
know?
so Wildcat was actually a Switch exclusive. So Fortnite has actually veered away from this a little bit.
Mhm.
I think exclusive skins it kind of caused a little bit of controversy with the price. It's something that they definitely veered away from. But Wildcat was a Switch exclusive. If you got that specific Nintendo Switch, it came with a code for that skin. So realistically, it's about a $500 to $600 skin. But Wildcat is a beauty. That's a dope skin because it has the building map blueprint as one of the styles. Like her outfit is the building map blueprint. So that's definitely one I want to see. Um, dang, it's a lot. It's a lot.
I can. Isabel is one of the ones I'm gonna be going after
Isabel.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
Marigold, which is Midas's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so honestly, we did the ice cards, right?
Yeah.
But in game, the fire styles are way more popular. So if
Blaze
we get
and
any of
yeah.
those like lava styles, like
Mm-hmm.
Blaze, the
Ragnarok's in there.
for
Um,
sure.
Kuno.
Um, Galaxy Scout would be a crazy good card. Kit. Mm, what are the anime skins?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's gonna be a lot of good ones that could come in series 4. Like, I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
Toon Meow Schools,
Mm-hmm.
Human Bill, Tuna Fish,
Human. Dummy's another one.
Fresh
Dummy.
Aura. Man, if
Fresh
we get the
aura.
minty aura,
Yeah.
it's all over for me,
What
guys.
if wait? What if we get both in one set?
It's gonna
What
be
if
a
we get
crazy set. It's gonna be a crazy
yeah,
set.
yeah, that would that what else, what's another one? Oh,
What else?
the black style of spark plug. I would like to see that.
Ooh, I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
one.
nice. But
Um
people are still faking on Spark Plug in this series,
yeah.
so I
Yo,
mean, I don't think
timing.
we'll get Charming Aura. I think we'll get Minty.
Cause what if because they did do Agent Pilly and Unpilly. They did do
That's true.
so what if they did do that? That'd be pretty crazy. Dylan head might explode. Um
I mean,
the
I'm
cube
definitely going for the Minty one first.
Joey, the Cube Queen for sure. For sure the Cube Queen. The Cube Queen is she might be in our terms. I don't know what we're gonna name it, but she might be Omega level. She might
Mm,
be what?
maybe.
Yo, the
Maybe
Cube
Omega
Queen is
level?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cube
Well, it
Queen is
depends on where you put Omega.
no, 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 not Omega the
I'm
skin.
not big on the Frozen Midas card. Um, Frozen Midas is not as popular as some of the other Midases. Like Dark Midas is way more popular. There's another Midas. Even Summer Midas is way more popular than the Frozen Midas. Same thing with the Frozen Renegade Raider, I think it's the type of Frozen. They're like super dark.
Mhm.
Even Frozen Crystal, no one really likes those.
Well, so here's the thing though.
Could be
If
different for
you're
cards. Could be
But
different for
not
cards.
only that, collectability. I
Yeah,
think
it could be
yeah,
different that way. I'm just
yeah,
talking about in-game popularity, fan base wise. They like the Summer Midas. They like
actually, I don't know, like the Frozen, like Frozen Midas, Crystal, and Renegade Raider, they do pretty well.
based on my research, they're surprisingly low compared to the other ones.
For sure, but you have so many options. I think they do well as those options. That's why I said collectability is majorly important. Like,
Compared to like compare compare on research compared to Midsummer Midas versus the Frozen one,
so that's
it's
the
like
more Midsummer Midas is the more popular one, right? So he's the more
but like
popular one
20 but 20 to 1. It's like crazy difference.
for sure. Yeah, that's so
Same
Midsummer
thing with
Midas is more
Dark
popular.
Midas. Like Dark Midas is like 20 to
Hmm.
1.
And it does that's but collecting that skin in totality is probably
Mhm.
the best way to go. Like having a full set of Midas, following it for, let's say Fortnite comes out with 10 series, all the Midases that would be in that set. And if you did that in the proper timing, you're gonna have a great set, just like Pilly, just like Drift, just like when Renegade Raider finally makes her way in there.
But no, that you're focusing on the collectability part of it and not the fan base part of it. So that's why you would be collecting it. So the value
Both.
might not be as high.
Both, because even if it's lower, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have the popularity. It's just not as popular as this other styles, but it does
Mhm.
have popularity. So it's just levels to it, pretty much. That's all it is.
Yeah, I just think if they put that into the set, and they put all those into the set, I think that those Frozen cards wouldn't do as well as some of the other
So
ones.
for instance, the what's the Ginger Renegade Raider? What's her name? Her legit name.
Gingerbread Raider.
Yeah.
I
So
can't wait to
Ginger
get that skin. That's
so,
one of my favorites.
so Blaze is more popular than that one. Would you say that?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Does that take away from that skin of Gingerbread Raider?
No, those are two different skins. I consider those two different skins.
Correct.
Yeah.
But that's just like the Frozen Midas, Summer Midas, all of
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. Like that doesn't take away from Gingerbread Raider. It just means that Blaze is
No,
the more popular
I
one.
don't think that the Frozen Midas takes away from Midsummer Midas at all. I just think that Midsummer Midas is going to do a lot better than Frozen Midas
Maybe, yeah.
price wise.
You gotta also, yeah, like and it
The only thing that it's got, I think the only thing that would change that is like you said, the collectability of having the set. That's
mhm.
going to be what changes it, not the fan base, in my opinion, based on the
But
research.
also even with the research and the statistics, everybody doesn't use that. So that also comes into play. Like that's why we
You're
give
talking
that
about like the speculative market doesn't use that, so they
right.
might.
Right.
Yeah,
So that may not come into play.
I'm basing it off like fan base wise, but
Hmm.
you're right. The collectors can do some crazy things, like we've seen with
Yeah.
Series One prices, like your Lux.
Yeah.
There's no offense to you, but there's no way Lux should have been
No,
that
she did too.
high.
Listen, it's not an
The
offense,
collectors, they did
but
that.
so with you saying that, what I
Hmm.
want you to do right now, look up Lux, then look up Aura, what you're using.
Oh, I have.
Yeah. No, look at not look up the rankings wise. Look that up.
Oh
And
no,
that's
I
yeah.
get what you're saying. I get what you're
Yes.
saying.
So while you do that, I'll talk to the comment section since it's no offense to me. Look that up real quick. But yeah,
And can I
so
have like a range to look? Let me just scroll. I can't search it,
you can
right?
search it. Yeah. Go to the
Oh, you
top.
can. Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I see it. Here to
What's that number above her head?
365,
Mhm.
and then she's 374. Well, you see, that's why I don't like that
I know
ranking.
you don't, but I do. That's so.
But
So
that's a perfect example why I don't like it though.
that's the exact reason I do. So yeah, that's the difference. That's what I'm getting at though. So yeah, Richard, I really did enjoy those. That was funny.
See, and we'll talk about that because I don't give away too much, but like we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Are you good to chat for a minute? I gotta go to the bathroom, otherwise I'm gonna
Yeah.
explode.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's another thing. It's so many ways. It's so many ways to look at stuff. I try to look at a wide view. Because a lot of things can be, misconstrued it when it comes to what happens. But I will always suggest, if you do like the skin like Midas and anything of those, I would say definitely continue to collect those cards like Midas, even if the Frozen Midas is not as popular. Collect that one, because then the Summer Midas could come out and your set and your collection will be a lot better. yo, Joey, it's funny, man. It's funny. So JT, that was wild. That was wild for sure. Bro, he's a wild one, man. That was and even like with the like the ESPN shows and everything, it caused a major stir. It caused a major stir. A lot of conversations came from that. We'll see how that play out. But suspended for a whole year, is I don't know, man. Messing up the bag. Messing up the bag. Uh I know Lux was a top 5 in series 1. Well, she was number 2 with BK. Yeah, MC, Lux is my PC card, so I never give an opinion on that. The way I value Lux, I know other people won't. What I will say is that I like that she gets the love that she does in the collector's market compared to the game. But I think a lot of people are fooled, because a lot of people do wear Lux. Originally, when she came out, she was a very simple skin compared to what, or like, so you had like the Ice King, you had Omega, you had you even had BK. A lot of the skins were very unique. It had a lot of different styles. It had these exaggerated styles, and Lux was very simple. What I think happened is that Fortnite noticed that people were veering towards simple skins, especially female skins. So I think they thought that was an opportunity to kind of give them that, but the community really didn't receive it well. So she kind of got a knock on that end. Me personally, I tell y'all all the time, I bought that whole battle pass, and Lux been my main skin since. But she doesn't have the same love in the game that she does in the card market. So that's why I do love that she has that. Yeah, Richard. That's why, Richard, is interesting, man. Like that was a crazy situation. Uh he's engaged, he's engaged, but you know how that go in Hollywood, and in that celebrity world. And man, it was interesting to say the least, because he definitely messed his bag up though. But I will say that the way it was handled was interesting. It definitely caused a stir. So I don't know, man. That was crazy though. Uh
I'm coming back in reading some of these comments. I don't know.
Personally, Frozen Crystal and Midas would do better than uh yes, for sure. I agree, Black Ash. I
What do you
agree for
say?
sure. He said
Uh,
Frozen Crystal and Midas would do better than the Frozen Series 3 set.
yes, I'm trying to think if there's anything in there.
Frozen Red Knight is solid. I
Frozen Red
think,
Knight. I think Frozen
yeah.
Red Knight's better
Nagops,
than.
Nagops is up there. Um,
Yeah. I'm just because of the name Midas, maybe.
yeah,
I mean, if they're sick on card, it probably would.
yeah. Yo, Joe, you could definitely joke with us. It's all fun in here, bro, for sure. It definitely makes it more interesting. I don't know if you got a chance to be in last week, but it was nuts.
It's always nuts up in here, and I'm
uh
not punching air. I have my own rating system.
I mean, yeah, and that's where we differ, for sure. But that's what makes the show amazing. You're never gonna get a cut dry same Dylan and Rob opinion all the time. Sometimes we're legit on the same exact page. That's kind of how we got to this point. We
Mhm.
felt the same way when it comes to a lot of things. But at the same time, you're definitely gonna get a very in-depth opinion from the both of us for sure.
Yeah, I kind of stand by like whatever. Like I don't know.
I'm
We
I'm
definitely we definitely have some different opinions
Yeah,
on
because
some
I'm
stuff,
I'm
but
I'm
at the
gonna
core, we think similar,
for sure,
and
for
and that's
sure.
what and that's what it is. We just come to
Uh,
different conclusions sometimes. Um.
Wait, so Jim said,
Oh, real quick, Richard wants to know about the clips he sent you. Did you see that?
yeah, yeah, I seen him.
Okay. I think we are going to do something with the clips, Richard. We appreciate you sending us those clips. That means a
Yeah,
lot. Um,
Richard, and I do agree with that when it come to Udoka. Like it was interesting how I don't know, man. It's crazy. Uh so Jim said So
I was
as to
about to I was
collect
about to click the
yeah.
same thing.
Yeah, collectability. Y'all are active players. Running my company on my non-work days means I have zero downtime to play. Yeah.
So I will tell you, I play way too much,
Mhm,
like way too much. So like, I'm doing some research on the side, but it's after I already come up with my mind what's popular based on my experience. I have a lot of hours in the game,
mhm,
way too many. I play multiple hours a day. Um, but when I go back and look at the research, my experience is almost dead on. If not, like, I mean, it's all in the right direction.
yeah.
Um, Maybe not like position wise, but like in the totality of what's popular and what's not, it is. There's like some that are surprising, like Peely and stuff like that has more fans than usage.
Mhm,
But there's a lot of fan base out there that I see and I notice. So that's why I try to. That's why I'm trying to do some research on the side to see what else has a fan base and what else is popular besides what's in game and used.
yeah,
Especially since the comic books came out,
yeah.
like it's
So
changing a little bit.
yeah, so that's what I've been doing. So when it comes to me, I have my day job is very active. Is so I come home, I get me a good nap in, spend time with the family. I get a good window to play the game. It's not always the same, but the thing is, I've been in Fortnite for so long, as in the totality of it. When it comes to the pro side, when it comes to the storyline, when it comes to the news, when it comes to all of those things, that I'm making sure that I'm trying to give the broadest opinion, because I know that casual pro and even storyline and lore fans are all different, and the
Mhm.
rankings of what's at the top and what's at the bottom is depend on who is playing and who is watching and who is following. So everything gets very unique, and like even when you do a top 100 list, that where Aura and where a Midas can rank, it gets very interesting because that can be, it's just hard to base it because it's two different worlds. So it's going to be very extensive in the how you approach that.
Yeah, and like that's why like it's kind of hard to do a top anything. It's hard to place them at a number, right?
Mhm.
So like it's kind of hard to compare those different like categories and stuff like that. Like
So
Ice
yeah.
King, I was really bad on Ice King when Series 2 came out. People were buying because it looked cool.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, no one plays with it. Where's it gonna go? Then Fortnite was like, ah, here's comics. And then they brought him back.
See,
And then it's like, okay, that changes things.
but and also what you the reason why I'm saying this is because this is what's important. The No one plays with that is in that realm. People play with it in the casual, even let's say you could say bot to casual lobbies, people play with it.
Mhm.
It's just
Well,
not in the
I play
arena.
with bots too. Like I play full range. I play sweaty lobbies with Black Ash over there, and then I'll go in and I'll carry really body lobbies. So I kind of get like full spectrum. I play daily. I want to say I play. Actually, I'm not gonna say how many hours I play daily.
So even that, like even those aspects, like that's why
Hmm.
I is when you, even if you play in bot lobbies, where you spend, like for instance, I'll say one that's very interesting, like Tigress, right?
Hmm.
Tigress is a sweat skin, but only in FNCS. It's very rare you see her in arenas. It's very rare that you see her even in like creative mode. But when FNCS come around, for some reason, she has a little bit more of a bump. But that's what makes Tigress unique, because Tigress finds herself in one section, but she is a sweat skin. Then you have stuff like Kuno. Kuno was technically made popular by Unknown Army. Unknown Army was a streamer. He wore Kuno, then Kuno popped off, and that's how those. So that's why it's the broad scheme of it, because content creators
I
and
think
pros
that
have the
some
same
content
thing.
creators help skins. I don't watch content creators, and like I got Kuno. I know a lot of people who wear Kuno who didn't watch content creators. So I think a lot of skins just
You
have
said
this
you know a lot of people
underlying
that you said you
rock.
know a lot of
I
people
know a lot of
that
people that rock Kuno that don't watch streamers.
cause and effect.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But
Yeah,
like I just when it came out, I thought that was a dope skin. And I think sometimes that's why the streamers like it too. So I don't think it's always just what the streamer wears. Like
it's not.
Tigress,
Yeah.
Tigress is one that's like you said isn't used a whole lot, right? It
Uh-huh.
doesn't have a huge fan base, but it does get a lot of showtime, like in the
Uh-huh.
FNCS,
Uh-huh.
which could mean big if it like if they bring back World Cup and that gets like a lot of viewers, that could be big.
Uh-huh.
Um, But like when I look at stuff, like I want to look at the full spectrum, like you were saying, like
Mhm.
what gets used a lot. I think usage is the most important factor,
Yeah, like
my opinion.
so, but that's what I'm saying. So the thing is, the entrance of a skin like that, like
Hmm.
Kuno, is from Unknown Army, but then it takes on a
Hmm.
life of its own, and that's where the usage comes in. That's where the growth, because Unknown Army doesn't even play Fortnite anymore. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. It took on a life of its own. Yeah.
Jake, real quick, a bot lobby, it could be two things. All right. A bot lobby could just be a lobby that the players aren't very good. So if I play with my brother, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
and a friend of his, and they're both bad, then most of the lobbies not going to be very good
Mm-hmm.
because the way that they do lobbies is they place you in similar skill levels.
Mm-hmm.
So if I play with Black Ash and myself, they're sweaty people most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
If I play with like a squad of everyone's below average and I'm really good, it can
Mm-hmm.
be a bot lobby. Then there's bot lobbies that are actual computers. So like if you haven't played a lot, they'll probably put you in an actual bot lobby that's like um
Mm-hmm.
regular computers, not actual players. So
Yeah.
there's two kind of terms for
Yeah.
it that both mean like
Right.
not very good
For
players.
sure. Because what Dylan is getting at, just to add on to what he's saying, is originally a bot lobby was just a bad lobby, but Fortnite actually infiltrated where there's
Hmm.
legit bot lobbies, and then there's, I guess you could say, a casual lobby, and that's the difference now from back then. A bot lobby just means that you're in a lower lobby, maybe because of your skill set and everything
So
like
if
that.
you're
But
if you're in one of the lower lobbies, you're playing with people who don't care as much.
right.
So they might not be rocking a lot of sweat skins. You might see more peelies. You
Mm-hmm.
might see more fish sticks.
Mm-hmm.
So what Rob was getting at is that maybe I play too many sweaty lobbies that I might not see the full spectrum,
Mm-hmm.
which could
And
happen.
yeah, and it's
I mean, I play a lot of different levels, but that could happen. The
but
other thing we didn't talk about
mhm.
is the difference between like I don't play a lot of NA West. I don't play Europe. So
Mhm.
the skins there could be different.
Yeah, and it is to an extent for sure. Like, like, so Europe wise, Dynamo, even the Travis Scott skin, all of the Travis Scott, Dynamo, even Siren comes from Binge Fishy. Dynamo has multiple people that came from, but people like Binge Fishy, Mongrel, all of those top tier EU players, they initiated a couple skins that does have that effect for sure.
I can
And
see that. Like, I think Kuno could have popped off on their own, but I feel like Sparkplug benefited from what was it, clicks?
clicks, yeah.
Yeah, so I think some of those skins definitely benefited and got the jump from those guys.
Yeah, because like, so for instance, Dynamo and Kuno both were out before they popped off. They were out
Mhm.
for a good amount of time. Then Unknown Army wore it with the butterfly wings, and then Dynamo was I could, don't quote me, Black Ash can tell me, it was either Bing Fishy or Mongrel. But either way, those were the ones that initiated that, and that does happen. Like, I can't remember, Arkham is Frozen Red Knight. Like, so it's those are the initiations, and then people branch off into it, and then they fall in love with it, and then it
Mhm.
becomes their main skin. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what happens. That's why when you see those locker bundles, that's people kind of getting creative. That's not always the main skin they wear, besides like Cypher with Manic. But even Cypher is even Manic is Cypher and is Scold. So it's the content creator and the pro player. So those things happen a good amount of time. Phase Sway with Dark Bomber. And it's just a lot that happens with
I mean, the way you can approach collecting Fortnite is so wide, right? So,
Mitro. Thank you, Black Ash.
yeah, you can just go in all these different directions.
Yeah, Dylan, it was one that I wanted us to touch on because it was a good question for us. Geez, so many. I lost it at this point.
Yeah, so,
Go
while
ahead.
you're looking
Yeah.
for that, rankings, our rankings anyway, are going to change over time. So the ranking right now, I'm going to update. I think I have Hush way too high. That might have been a little. I mean, I think Hush is a great skin, but it might be too high on my list. Um, but the rankings are going to change. Like Ice King wasn't touching my list, but now that he's back and he's in the comics, and it adds to that early seasons, I
Mm-hmm.
think that he's a lot higher in my book. So with the comics and with the movies, with all those kinds of things happening, the list is going to be fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's say the next person wins the World Cup for Fortnite and Tigress is what he wins, and then like she replaces Aura as like the most used skin forever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that can happen. So we have to pay attention and we have to keep updating the list. I think some skins are gonna be settled as like forever going to be popular. Just may
Mhm.
not be number one or number two.
For sure. So, like I like what you just said in that last point because that's what I was gonna say once you were done. Is there's skins that's gonna cement themselves as iconic. That's what happened
Hmm.
with Aura. Like for instance, Bright Bomber, if you talk about sweat wise, fell all the way off because she wasn't even a part of the era of sweat. She was a part of the era of try hard.
Hmm.
That's when it was just try hard. The sweat word wasn't even a part of the Fortnite lingo yet. But the thing that happened was she dropped off. She became kind of a casual skin, not casual like as in a casual player, but she just consistently purchased. But Bright Bomber's effect on the game became iconic. So now she's iconic, cemented as iconic, along with Dark Bomber, in my opinion. Those are the things that kind of happen. If they hold that realm for a certain amount of time, they can find themselves in the iconic or they could disappear forever. And that's why it's like a power ranking type thing. That's like,
Hmm.
me as a sports fan, whether it's NBA or the NFL, I look at the power rankings each week. Obviously, with Fortnite, it wouldn't be an each week thing, but that ranking, that up and down, +1, +4, -4, that thing has to happen with this because especially with the sweat skin side, that's going to be more frequent than the lower side. The lower side will take a little bit more time, more of a mature market, where the sweat skins it can be interchangeable throughout
See,
time.
what I like so when you're talking about like lore skins, I think you have to approach it like comic books.
Hmm.
Like if you're in the investing side in comic books, they speculate. So they'll get first appearances. If they like the story, they'll go big on that and they'll speculate different covers.
Yeah.
Um, so for the Fortnite cards, I would look in the lore side for that speculating
Mhm,
because it's like I would have never guessed Ice King would have been back in the comics.
mhm,
Like that's so someone like Zero, like he
mhm,
could be a good speculation story wise because zero point zero war. He
mhm,
looks like the 0 point, stuff like that. You could speculate that way. Um, so like there's just so many different ways you can approach it, and like everyone's gonna collect differently. Rob collects differently than I
mhm,
do.
mhm.
Um, so you kind of just have to like what makes sense to you. What do you like? What do you want to chase?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, Joey. This could be interesting for sure. Joey said, I think they could run with some Bright Bomber, Dark Bomber lore. I found a lot of fan art
Hmm.
that's incorporated with them both, and that's very true. And it's not them both; it's the same. It's the same skin slash character, and that's what even I did before. I will always say Dark Bomber, and then I would say Bright Bomber.
But is
But
it though?
yeah, she
Because
was a.
it could it if Dark Bomber is a snapshot,
Mhm.
they could be different characters technically.
Well, if
We
you
don't know
look at
yet. We
the,
don't know if they're gonna have different
they
personalities,
can switch it,
different memories.
but
We
when
have to wait
she,
and see what they do with the
yeah,
story.
because Dark Bomber was the first one affected by the cube.
Yep.
So Dark Bomber, if you look at the loading screens, this is back when you did the
Mhm.
challenges, you got the loading screens. Dark Bomber, you seen Bright Bomber touch the cube, and then Dark Bomber was on inside of the cube. So she was the very first one affected by the cube. And I think that's lore within itself. Now, obviously, it can change just like Paradigm and Singularity, but that was definitely a thing.
Yeah. So like, but we don't. So like, if she's in the 0 point, right? I don't know why this image won't make it bigger. 1 second. Let me see if I can.
Let me see why Dylan is looking that up. Yeah, Hush, Hush in my eyes is Hush is, yeah, we'll get to it. You s-
So she touches this. So you can see Dark Bomber
mhm,
inside of here. So if this is in the loop, right?
mhm,
Bright Bomber will reset, but then there will be a Dark Bomber version
mhm,
in the loop also.
mhm.
And we don't know yet like
Right.
what memories the loop version has.
Mhm.
We have no information like on the personalities. So they
Yeah.
could technically be two different people.
Mhm.
One but she's a loop version. She comes from the same person.
Mhm.
Um that's the best way that we can describe it. And what were we talking about my girl Hush?
Yeah.
Where was that? Let me see. I missed that one.
Uh, it was Richard, and it was also Gem too.
I'm a big fan of Hush. Hush is a popular skin, widely
Yeah.
used.
Mhm.
Like I'm not trying to downgrade her at all. I love her. I have two cracked ice PSA nines.
Mhm.
Um, I think the double agent one is the one to get. I mean, I think it's the most popular used one.
Mhm.
Um, now for all the double agents, I love this set. They're all must get cards. I think. I interesting think that now I think that wild card is probably the biggest.
Mhm.
of those. I think he's the most popular, most liked one from the double agents. I also like that they're connected to Midas in some way.
Mhm.
And if Midas's card keeps skyrocketing in the future, it should bring up the double agents as well. What do
Yeah.
you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. And I'll be honest. I've been thinking about Wildcard a lot, and he might he might be iconic, bro.
Oh,
Like,
he's
like,
definitely,
you know what I mean? Like, it's like
yeah.
one of them ones where you're like, I don't I think, like, if you think of it, right?
I'm
So
biased because I liked Wild Card because I like poker and I like cards, so I've
yeah.
always liked
See,
him.
I like Wildcard because Wildcard was my absolute favorite game mode. This is when you kind of still played game modes consistently because it was a part of the game. Like, in that aspect, there wasn't as much versatility and diversity in the game, what you can do. But
Mhm.
Wildcard's game mode was amazing, but he has so many different styles, so many
And
routes.
why? Like, they're,
And
like, pushing it,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Same thing
So,
with Hush, though, because
yep,
Hush has the double agent. She
yep.
also has, like, the ghoulish one.
Mhm.
So Hush has a good amount too.
So that
Um,
it's interesting. It's interesting. That's one I think about a lot. As obviously I'm doing videos on that, and he might end up being an honorable mention, but Wildcard is up there.
and that's a
Yeah,
sweet card. I don't care what people say. I
yeah,
like Hush a lot. Chaos Agent, like, here's Wild Card. So, I mean, we have cards, so whenever we're talking about cards, I'm not trying
yeah,
to
yeah,
bump it up. So if you ever want to know what cards I have,
yeah.
I'll gladly tell you guys.
Oh yeah, like, and Thank you, Black Ash. I couldn't think of his name for a minute. Mr. Savage, uh, Midas, Midas, Chaos Agent. I mean, not Chaos Agent, Wildcard, and Travis Scott. He wore those heavily, heavily. Um,
Now, trying to figure out where the different skins placed in the tier list is gonna be so hard.
Richard, I guess the best way I would answer that is ask the same question for Pokemon, like Dragon Ball. This is a major IP, so I don't think it is no. I think it's just continual. Like,
And
I
this
think.
Fortnite just in, there's nothing left, no cards, no comics, no creative, no save the world. I mean, they're making billions a year.
Mhm,
I mean, it doesn't have to end. I mean, they could do just like Disney World has
mhm.
a what do you call, like, a
Amusement park.
just Disney World. They have a theme
Mhm,
park. Fortnite
mhm.
can do that. They can do movies. They don't have to stop unless they want to. But
Like,
why would they want to? I mean, Fortnite is literally what's paying the bills at Epic Games.
mhm.
Fortnite is why they can give away games free on the Epic Game launcher.
But and for sure, and it's such a weird. This is what's weird about it when it comes to Fortnite. This I'll say this: they triggered nostalgia in such a. I said it before, but they triggered nostalgia in such a different way, where it happens continuously. Like, Chapter 3, Season 1 is nostalgic now. Like, it may not be the most nostalgic because it was just the beginning of this year, but they've triggered a way to consistently keep Fortnite on your mind. And I it's an
Oh, it's,
ecosystem, bro. It is a
hmm
literal business ecosystem. We're not even talking. We're talking. If we're talking business, it's literally an ecosystem. Like, if you think about Apple, right? How does Apple keep you in? It's like, oh, I can get my iPad messages on my desktop. I can get it on my MacBook. I can get it on my Apple Watch. It's an ecosystem. That's what Fortnite is. They find a way to keep you in, even when you stop playing the game. Now you're following the Lord. Now you're doing all of these things. So they've built an amazing business mantra and an actual moat in my eyes.
yeah, I agree with the whole moat thing. And it's like, if to your point, if Battle Royale dies, that's why they
Mm-hmm,
have creative. You
mm-hmm,
can literally create any video game you
mm-hmm,
want in Fortnite.
mm-hmm.
Especially when Creative 2.0 comes out,
Yeah,
you literally can do anything.
yeah.
So I can't see it dying. But if it does, that's when they can transition to movies, shows, licensed products like more toys and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. It's just it's too hard to get
Even,
away from.
even peep this. Remember when Late Game Arena came back last couple weeks ago? When
Mhm.
Late Game Arena came back, something crashed. It wasn't working. They did their own creative map to continue it on to allow Late Game Arena to still happen. That is the versatility that they have. They used creative for themselves to, make sure that game mode was available because it was so popular.
I don't hate Autumn Queen, okay? So what the reason why I made such a big scene for Autumn Queen was the community was telling someone who was asking an honest question about it, what should they do,
Mhm.
and they were so pro on it without giving any facts,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, it's a cool look. I mean, people think she's pretty. That's cool. If you collect her, that's awesome. But like, she was going for like 2K, like $2,000, and people were
Yeah.
like asking serious questions about investing in this card, and like hundreds of comments were all pro. So I gave
Mhm.
my one other side of the comment, like, she could not do well because she's not played with. I'm not
Mhm.
trying to tear down that card. If you like the card, get it. So I have nothing against Auto Queen. I just don't think she's popular in game. I just didn't like that everyone was just pumping it up to
Mhm.
someone who could eventually get left with a bag in their hand.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I was saying for Autumn Queen. I don't hate her. If you like her, collect her. All for it.
Yeah, and
Um,
just to add to Dylan's point, because I feel the same way as him. It's the fact of it was pure speculation because there was no facts or anything behind it. And what I mean by that, Dylan just said, nobody played with her, but I'll even add to that. She had no lore. She had nothing of that matter to make it an obvious choice. And so that just leaves into speculation. Like obviously, if you're speculating and you would assume something's going to happen or that popularity is going to pop, then that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
based off
if
of
you wanted to
yeah,
bet against me,
right,
like you like, oh,
right,
Autumn Queen, she has the word Queen,
right,
Autumn, just like Ice King. If you want
right,
to speculate that way, that's perfectly fine.
exactly.
But I couldn't tell someone like, oh yeah, that card's gonna be worth $2,000 without any
Because
other information because of
yeah,
that small
yeah,
speculation.
yeah,
So
exactly.
that's all. Like I don't hate Autumn Queen. If you're gonna bet on her, she has
Yeah,
that little bit of Autumn in the Queen word in there. Something could happen.
possible for
Something
sure.
happened to Ice King. Like anything can happen with Donald Mustard. So
Mhm.
like, don't just take my word for it. If you have like some other speculation you want to do,
I
you think I'm wrong, you have other ideas.
mhm.
Donald Mustard's creative. Like he
Yeah.
can mess me up big time. You know.
And I
So
even gave that angle that Dylan is talking about because he just said it is
mhm.
the word is slipping my mind, but the climate characters. So there's the prisoner, which is the Fire King, you got Ice King, you have all of these. So it's a major possibility. It's just
Yeah.
that there is nothing supporting it yet, and that's just
There's
what it
no
comes
supporting
down to.
evidence yet.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, and that's
I,
where.
I I will say the Facebook group is interesting because I've been there since there's 300 members.
Mhm,
Members come and members go, and a lot of people band together and pump a certain card. So like it's really kind of confusing. I try to give as much critical like advice as I can. I stopped giving too much because people said I had a show. I should do it there.
mhm,
But you have to be careful. You have to like kind of collect what you like and
mhm,
be careful with like the whole like profiting thing.
mhm.
Um, I mean, we have to remember these are just cards,
Yeah,
right? None of this is a sure thing.
mhm,
So like even the comics that like I talk about, like this black and white one, I think this is super rare, but it's not a sure thing,
yeah,
right? Like I don't know if they're gonna release more of these. I doubt it.
mhm,
So whenever we're talking about this stuff, remember this is all just like collecting. I enjoy it, so it's worth the money to me.
mhm.
So if you're just in it for just the money, just be careful.
Yeah,
That's all I would say.
for sure. Agreed. Yes, my
Me
8-year
too.
old son checks the item shop every night at 8:01 on the dot. The marketing for addiction is strong. They have that locked in for sure. I've been doing that literally since the beginning. Unfortunately, when I started, it was against my will. My brother made sure he screenshotted and sent it
I
to me.
didn't do it since the beginning. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
I
see,
don't know when I started,
I
but
was I was violated. Like my brother violated my account. Like I'm in a whole different state and I just see so at this time I'm paying for his Xbox membership, right? So
Mhm.
1099. Cool. Bro, it was literally like it was 1090, it was 999, 999, 999. It kept I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like, I'm like, is this is impossible. I come home, bro, and he's showing me, he's like, look at this new skin. I'm like, you paid for that? He was like, yeah, I paid for it. He was using my account. So at that point, I was against Fortnite completely because I was getting robbed by my own family.
It's like those YouTube videos, like where
Yeah,
they have
bro.
like
Like,
$3,000 spent on Fortnite.
yeah, like what is going on? So, but I've been checking since then.
Um, I was gonna see this. Richard. So when I say it's not a sure thing, now this is gonna sound kind of corny, but I just saw this in the movies by Mark Twain. He says, it's not what you know, it's not what you don't know that gets you in trouble. It's what you know for sure
Yeah.
that isn't true. Is
Yeah.
that's what gets you in trouble. So
Mhm,
that's why I'm saying that. Just collect what you like, and nothing is a sure thing. Just remember
mhm.
that. So that's why I say collect what you like. Like AKA Bog says, been collecting for 30 years, collect what you like. That way you can't lose,
There you
you
go.
know.
Yep. There you go, AK.
Let's see. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
MC
Rich.
too. Chase what you like.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
agree.
Richard. He was killing me, bro. Like I'm sitting there, like, yo, what is going on? I'm thinking I'm about to call my, my bank, but it was one of those things that now I can never forget that memory. It was bro, Mogul Master was the first one he showed. Like, he's showing me. He's like, yeah, I just bought this one, and you know how expensive Mogul Master is. Like, and this is a plethora of, that's why I think that's why I always
When
go
you
back
saw Mogul
to.
Master, it's like you bought that. That's what
Yeah,
I was
like I'm
like.
like, bro, what? Like,
You
what
bought
is
it. You
going?
bought us like what is it, a skier? What
But
is
he
wrong with?
but he bought two. He bought the Canadian and the USA one, bro. I'm
Oh
like,
my
what is
gosh.
going on right now? Like, so those are the memories that I really do enjoy because he had no mercy on me, man. It was crazy.
In the beginning, I bought the battle pass, and I realized that I could get the next battle pass if I don't spend any of the V bucks.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. I didn't have to spend
Yeah,
money on it.
yeah.
Eventually, I got the crew pass, and then I just started buying skins. Then I started giving people skins. I don't know. It just got crazy.
AKA, because man, the Mogul Master ain't no joke. That's especially back then for me not knowing anything about the game besides he's just like killing my account. That was I'm like, bro, this is crazy.
This is a good thing. We should interview someone who's been collecting for 30 plus years that
Mm-hmm.
has amassed a huge collection,
Mm-hmm.
and we should ask them what do they see in the Fortnite market that makes them believe
Yeah.
that they've seen before. If anybody has anyone to recommend that's in Fortnite that has that pedigree,
Mm-hmm.
that built a collection that's worth a good amount of money,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to interview them. If
And the
that's
thing,
you, if that's you, reach out and tell us your story.
yeah, because especially with like 30 plus years for sure. Like, because like Shardnock was like that mid tier one. He is,
Hmm.
I believe he's around 15 plus years or whatever the case may be, and he gave a lot of knowledge. But getting a 30 plus and like kind of seeing that full tide of the 90s and the junk wax era and all of those things would definitely be interesting.
I believe it's two. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's two female skins. Mogul Master is the female version, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
and so you could buy different countries, but they were two different skins with just a different colorway.
Right. It wasn't like the superhero skins or the soccer skins. Like
Hmm.
if you wanted all of them, you had to buy all of them separately. And that's still this way to this day. JT. JT funny.
Don't think there's one exists. I don't know. I think not even 30. I'd say, I mean, 15 years is close, but like even 20 years,
Yeah.
like Pokemon would be a good one if you got in Pokemon early, or
Hmm.
even Magic the Gathering,
Hmm.
right? Because I heard people that had like 10 Lotuses at one point. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I didn't know Ice King was gonna hit Jim. I thought
Yeah.
that blew me. Like we were talking about space, we're fighting in space, we're doing all this kind of stuff. Bam, there's the Ice King on
Yeah.
his throne. His ghost comes out. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and then this is funny, aka because like yeah, as we were just talking about, this is the exact season. This is Pilly, this is Lux, this is Hybrid, this is Master Key, and two other ones that I can't remember the other two, but that's exactly why I bought this whole one. I saved a couple dollars buying that whole battle pass because it was free, and I got Lux at least $10 cheaper because I bought that whole one.
Yeah, Richard, Mogul
Oh no,
Master.
he brought two Mogul
Mogul
Masters.
Masters is the female
We
version.
have no idea what the male one is. I'm
Al
pretty
Al
Alpine Ace.
Alpine
There you
Ace.
go. There you go. Good
I was
job,
get
bro.
yeah, it's Alpine Ace is the male version, so
Alpine
that's why.
Ace.
All
Yes.
the females are Mogul Masters. Which is I don't know. I don't know if you I was thinking about this the other day, like if I was looking you have to combine the popularity of all different variants
Right.
to
Is
get one.
that's for them specific ones that you're talking about. Yes, that's what makes it hard. Like
Yeah,
for
that's what makes
me,
it hard collection wise.
yeah, like this. Yeah, the white master key is definitely dope with that
Yeah, I
silver
hate
mask.
regular Master Key, but the White
The
Master
white one,
Key is
yeah,
kind
it's
of
clean.
different. That's kind of different. How do I know that off rip? With the
What
name?
the name? Like
Because I have no
it's been a
life.
minute, man. It's been a minute.
I have you not seen all the work I've been doing on the checklist and stuff?
I could like it's crazy because it was like especially when I got into it because like I'm telling y'all this story of how he was just killing me, but once I fell in love with Fortnite, that was like a bonding mechanism. Obviously, you pay duos, so I was buying every skin that he was buying. It was ridiculous. So I know too many skins. That's like
I will
Raptor.
say the
Yeah,
average player does not know the name. An
right, for
average player
sure.
would know the skin, not know
Hmm.
the name.
Hmm.
Like they know Peely, they know Fish. There's some that Dark Bomber, Bright Bomber, they know the names. So that's where you can kind of see like what has hit iconic status,
Hmm.
right?
That's a good
Um,
point.
you know what I mean? Because like everyone
Hmm.
knows Aura, but
Right,
like
exactly.
you throw in they might not even know Ruby's name,
Right,
you
and
know, and
I
Ruby's
think
super well used, you know.
yeah, like and that's the thing. Like with Aura, the love and hate of Aura makes Aura because it's literally
Same thing with the
equivalent.
Star Wand. It's like a
Yeah, like it's like I to me it's equivalent to what like Kobe was, what Jordan was when it came to like the way the Detroit Pistons felt about him, the way the Knicks felt about Jordan. You know, you love him if he's on your team, but if he's going against you, you can't stand him. Like, and that's like what Aura embodies when it comes to Fortnite to me.
mhm. I can't tell you every secret skin in order. That's crazy.
Wait,
Um,
what?
if we see a
Oh,
lava set
Richard.
next, I
Yeah.
think we'll either see like a dark set or a lava set, and the lava set is going to do much better than the ice set,
Hmm.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Much better. Um,
Oh,
Ruby is undervalued. I'll say that.
yes. Ruby. Y'all know how I feel about Ruby.
I thought she was undervalued.
Mhm.
Now I think she's hugely undervalued.
Yeah, she's a great one. I think for me personally, what cemented Ruby was the Jordan collaboration. Like
Hmm.
that, I think they knocked it out the park because they didn't have to change her outfit. It worked perfect with the cool gray 11s. It fit the aesthetic. I think
I
I think
bet
it
you
was
they
a
use
man.
her in the next branding for the female body.
That'd be dope.
I guess
Like,
it depends on the brand if it fits her style,
uh-huh.
but like I could see her being like the model for that.
Yeah, Richard, don't mess up, bro. If you mess up, you got to do the next giveaway. If you about to put them all in there, if you mess up, you got to give something for the next giveaway, Richard. Come on, let's see what you got.
You better Google it. Don't test
He's
that.
a, he go like, oh shoot, make sure I get this right.
I mean, they did a lot. Car. They did a lot of things in Reloaded. They put some of the lava skins in Reloaded, from what I
Mhm.
remember. Um, dang, I'm gonna have to put pictures up of every Reloaded card, aren't I?
Yeah, this is but he
The
knows never.
chicken
See,
skin.
that's I like that. I like that. That's what me and Dylan talked about this when it came to Black Knight and like Midas, because she said he doesn't know who Messi is, but he knows who Neymar is. Her and that's kind of what it that's definitely a thing for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's like The Rock is that guy from Fortnite. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
it's just Fortnite is its own branding machine,
Yeah.
and it's like if you want to get known, get on Fortnite.
Listen, if it's I've said this too many times. If Fortnite is not a part of your marketing rollout at this point, you don't got the right marketing team. Like it just makes too much sense. It's too easy. And these kids naturally, like it's because the reason why I say kids in this situation is because we, for the most part, will know what these IPs and entities are. But finding out that the kids know them early on is very important.
I want a 10 Jonesy too. I only have a 9.
Uh-huh.
Um, dang, I mean, this one's pretty. It's the back that got me a little bit kind of hard to tell. But yeah, Reloaded is hard. I said this last week. I said I was gonna post the link. So let me add this to stream. So if you go to FortniteCards.com and you go to checklist and you go to series, Fortnite Reloaded, I added a link right here to the PSA pop report. You cannot find the Reloaded pop report. So if you
Hmm.
click this, bam, there's 26 cards reloaded, graded. There's only 3 10s out of 26 cards,
Hmm.
and they are Pony Up and the Boost foil. I have one of the foils.
Yeah.
Um, Recruit Jonesy. I have the only PSA graded Recruit Jonesy. Wow.
Hmm.
Renegade Raider. There's a 9 out there and a 7. So if you look here, lots of 9s, 8s, 7s, and a
and
6.
the more that gets sent in, that six and under is
I
definitely
mean, I
gonna go in
guarantee
there.
you, there's enough reloaded cards per pack.
Hmm.
like you're gonna find the best one and send it in.
Yeah.
It's not like it was hard to find the card you wanted. So like
Mhm.
that's what's crazy about these. So yeah, if you guys are looking for that, just go to fortnitecards.com, go to reloaded, and there's a button right here for you.
Yeah.
I don't know why you can't pull it up. PSA is broken. They should pay me for this.
And then right here. Yeah, yeah, MC. We would appreciate that. I think giving back to the community is fun. You've been doing it for a very long time. If y'all don't know, MC has done some crazy giveaways. On so just let us know,
No,
bro.
no, I didn't buy that tin. I got mine graded. There is a tin on eBay still. So there's two. If you go here, there's 2 tins for the boost, and I have one of them, but mine I graded.
Oh yeah, you said you want to stay. Oh, we'll definitely keep you anonymous as well when that happens. We won't say anything. We got you.
So there's actually been 3 boosts graded. Wow, I wonder why boost is getting don't you think that's interesting that many boosts were sent in?
Think it's the same person?
Maybe that was their favorite. I know I sent mine
Mhm.
in because I thought mine might be a 10.
Yeah,
Rocket Ride is my favorite, and that one got a 7. Like I'm telling you, 10s in these reloaded cards are gonna be crazy.
yeah,
I think this is the most undervalued thing right here. I mean, look
for
how
sure.
sweet that is.
Nah, the loading screen cards are beautiful.
Yeah,
So
send in your reloaded, guys. See if
yeah,
what y'all get. I do it now while reloaded's cheap,
yeah,
right? You
for
can still
sure.
get reloaded boxes and stuff. So do it now to see what you're actually getting. Maybe maybe send your best 5 cards in and
Mhm.
see what they're grading at, just to
Yeah,
get an idea. But
AK
not investment advice
for sure.
if you like the cards.
Right.
I like the reloaded cards
Yeah.
personally. I don't know
AKA
what they're gonna
Bog,
sell for.
AKA Bog is doing a giveaway on his channel. If y'all want to be a part of that, definitely tune in with him. You know, the Fortnite community is strong, man, for sure. Uh, let's see. Also reloaded. I wanted to mention them. Yes, Joey for sure. Them loading screen cards in general, man.
That's a good point. Destroying the 0 point. I mean, y'all can see back here, kind of. I have all of the loading screens. You must be talking about the punch one.
Mm-hmm. It's
I mean, I like Drift. I like Bright Bomber. I like Skull Trooper. I still think Rocket Ride is the best one. I don't know
yeah,
why.
no, no, it's
Maybe
iconic.
it's
It's
because I'm an
iconic.
OG.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Is that like
No, I think if you
maybe I'm
remember,
biased?
nah, Rocket Ride. I mean, but all of those realistically have it's
OG
kind of in
feel.
an OG pocket,
Yeah.
but the Rocket Ride is just different because if you were there, you were there. You know what I mean? It's one of
Hmm.
those type of things.
I
Uh,
remember Rocket Riding at Retail Row.
yeah, yeah. That
Good times.
I believe you, Richard. I believe you. I believe you. I will tell you this. I would have been able, me personally, I would have been able to go all the way up until Deadpool. I would have probably got Aquaman wrong.
I would not have gotten any of them right.
Yeah. I did
I,
all of those
I
pretty
don't pay
consistently.
attention to the challenges. I just unlock it accidentally.
Yeah,
I play too much.
well, this was different though. This was different back then. These first ones.
The first ones
Like,
you had to
yeah,
try
you had to actually have to do them. Like you had to actually get the helmets. It wasn't
I
ones
got
that
aim, but I got that accidentally.
yeah.
I got
Like
prisoner. I got ruin. I didn't get singularity. I didn't get enforcer. I didn't get visitor.
mhm.
I don't even know who
Serrano.
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 Can't remember who that is. I didn't want Aquaman. Man, I tried not to
I
get
didn't
him.
I didn't want him either.
I got him though.
Yeah, I didn't want him either. There was a couple ones I didn't personally care about, but the rest was definitely on it.
Appreciate that, Jim. Yeah, if you guys want to reach out to us and send us gifts giveaway, we definitely will.
Yeah.
Um, I try to give away a lot of stuff as much as I can with
Mhm.
the community. It's fun. It's addicting though, giving stuff away.
Yeah, this is like, man, this community that we're building, we really appreciate it. We have a lot planned. We have some major things for sure. Can't wait to tell you about it. But even just like, for instance, I'll say this personally. it'll be us getting the 500 subscribers will really help in the aspect of what we can do business wise and how we can help y'all more. It's just certain things that you get on YouTube when you hit 500 that will make the lives a lot more valuable. So I'll just even say exactly what it is.
I
We
don't know if
can,
they could be any more valuable.
yeah,
We drop so much information. Like,
yeah, like and no, it's see, here's the thing. When you get to 500 subscribers, you unlock polls, you unlock questions that
hmm
you can do in a community, and it shows up right in your YouTube scroll. So even like before a live, we can ask certain questions to have y'all to allow y'all to think before we even get to this point, and we can even have even more in-depth conversations. And our conversations is already that way anyway. So it would just help a lot. And obviously the ultimate goal first milestone is 1,000. So just keep rocking with us. We always gonna bring y'all content, unique ways. Uh, we got a lot coming for y'all for sure.
so if you haven't, just share if you can with anybody that you think would appreciate it,
Yeah,
even if they just like Fortnite and not the cards. Maybe they'll get interested.
yeah,
But hit that like button, subscribe,
yeah. We got some
and
exciting stuff coming, man.
I think we're going to talk to you guys next time, right?
Yeah, good. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
It's 12:20, so
Woo! Another
I know time's
two
flying. I know
hours and
you.
20 minutes, bro. I thought it was at like an hour 30. That's
No, that's why
crazy.
I was like, it's already past midnight. I know
I
you.
don't even I don't even look at the clock when this happens, man. This
I
is
know
crazy.
it's too much fun with you guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll catch y'all next time.
Have a good one, y'all.